everybody, and welcome to the House of Mario, the South Australian Nintendo podcast that is backed by 120 Power Star rating. I'm your host, Drew Agnew, and the doors to episode 211 are open. This week on the show, we've got some very special guests after my baby shower, so this is going to be a bloody wild episode. I've had a couple of drinks, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Joining me, as always, is my best mate, Bryce DeWitt.
Oh, hi there.
And some very special guests, like I said. We got Ollie, who, this is going to be fun, Ollie, because you don't play games at all. And I got you into Nintendo when we were little kids, so we'll be able to reminisce about that.
Plenty of memories shared.
And joining us back on the show is Kraken Furphy's own Ash Wallace. How you going, Ash?
Oh, it's so good to be here in person, Drew. You have no idea.
Yeah, the internet sucks, man.
It has nothing to do with it anyway.
Yeah, has nothing to do with the internet at all. But yeah, you're out of lockdown land.
I am out of lockdown land, out of quarantine, out of lockdown. I'm back here in person, much to everyone else's dismay.
No, well, I mean, it must have been a fun theme park while it lasted, surely.
Fun is one word I would never touch when describing that.
That's true. But it is over now. Their lockdowns have... what was it, as of yesterday?
Yeah, just to spite me, they had to actually release the lockdown the day I got out of hotel quarantine.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You knew what was happening, though. You knew what was happening. You could have waited.
They didn't have a date.
Oh, they didn't? Did they?
No, they didn't.
Oh.
No. And I mean, they have lifted it now, but like, you know, obviously there's still quite the risk there. So it was kind of like...
It's also still like... Technically, there's no more lockdown. Well, it's still like stage 3 restrictions. So it's only 20 people inside, 50 people outside. You have 10 people at your house, I think.
Yeah.
So like, they've done this a few times now because we've had 6 lockdowns in Melbourne. Every time you get out and they have very limited people indoors, it's you can't get in anywhere to do anything anyway because everything's booked out for weeks. So it's like, you are out of lockdown, but you still can't go and do anything. But it is nice to be able to go to people's houses.
Yeah, that's it.
Were you bummed out that you finally left and you missed all of the CBD shenanigans of the opening?
Oh, well, there was some CBD shenanigans while I was there. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, not quite so positive.
No. Funnily enough, the big union workers strike, that happens like one day I drove home from work over the Westgate Bridge and 20 minutes later, after I drove home, they were storming it.
Yeah,
So I missed it, but I saw footage and it was wild.
Thank God for that. Yeah.
So you had a nice holiday in Adelaide at least. So you got a 2-week resort. It's a fantastic time with your PC and a TV. And
yeah, I took in my entire gaming PC. So 2 monitors, big computer tower. I just set it up on the desk they had in there. I just told them that I needed it for work. But like, I'm an auto electrician. What fucking work am I doing on that?
Just remote work. Just wiring up some cars.
You just sit there and make car noises while playing with light.
His job has nothing to do with the internet.
That's exactly what happened.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I guess starting off the show just with our Guru Geek Out, this is just where we talk about some things we're thankful for, some things we enjoyed throughout the week, and we're just coming off the heat of of my baby shower. Revealed the gender of our child, which is going to be a boy. Very excited to have a little boy early next year. Cannot wait to meet them and.
I hope he's a cool dude.
I hope he's not lame.
Just put it in, big fella.
Just like sun comes out, it's like looks a bit lame to me. He's just like, all right,
Put him back in.
Back in, needs more bacon.
If he's got my genetics, it would be a little bit lame, you know.
It's a part of it, isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah, I had an absolutely fantastic time. We've got an esky full of beers here we got to get through. So boys, regardless if you're driving home or not, help yourself. Ash bought me a Captain Morgan Black, which is absolutely delicious. We all know we're a big fan of the Kraken here at the House of Mario. So
That's right, yeah.
Captain Morgan Black. You know, Captain Morgan wasn't sitting so high, was it? It was a bit disgusting compared to a Kraken. But
yeah, which is weird because like we were huge on Captain Morgan, like, you know, early 20s. We were just like, Captain Morgan, all right, let's get on it. And now we're like,
Funnily
What
enough,
the fuck?
Funnily enough, even like I was living in Perth when we hit those ages,
Mm.
I was exactly the same. It was Captain Morgan's or it was nothing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now I'm exactly the same in the Kraken too. I've had Kraken so much that I can't go back to Captain Morgan's anymore.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. It just tastes
This
different.
sounds like a big rich person problem.
It does, but I don't know. We're not rich.
No, we're not rich. We're far from rich. It's just one of those things where you're
Maybe drinking Kraken is why.
well, probably, yeah. I'd say that's definitely part of it.
Oh, we don't drink that much though, Ollie. We don't drink that much.
No, I was all about the captain back in the day. I think everybody...
Back in the day, how old are you?
Oh, 30-something.
Bullshit.
The bullshit.
I was very
Fucking make
short.
me feel old as the oldest person in the room.
It's just
Fuck.
like Kraken to Captain Morgan's is just like, look at me. I am the captain now.
I am the captain.
Look at me.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I feel like it was the type of thing I went way too hard on, and that was game over.
I remember, funnily
Fair enough.
enough, I remember one night we got an Airbnb up in Lanceland, which is north of Perth. There was a heap of us there, and we went to I had to get more drinks one of the nights. We were there for 3 nights, I think. And I went and I bought a bottle of Captain Morgan's from their a local bottle shop, and it was $60 or something for a 700ml bottle because it was just Lanston's country town, technically.
Yeah.
And I got back and I opened it, it was sealed, and I drank the entire bottle in one night, and I was kind of drunk. I was I reckon they have somehow opened this bottle and watered it down and then sealed it somehow, because there's no way I could not be paralytic by this point.
Nah.
Yeah, well, you're either very tolerant for it, or you're just, it was watered down.
It had to have been. I've never forgotten about that, and I never will.
You just got
One of
ripped
the
off.
most upsetting parts of your life, I'm sure.
But it had nothing to do with the internet.
So we're using that phrase that's nothing to do with the internet, because before we were setting up the show, Ollie actually mentioned he doesn't know what ASMR is. We're it's pretty well known on the internet, and we explained what it was. He's like, that's got nothing to do with the internet.
I was made to believe that the reason I didn't know about it was because of the internet.
It's
It's a giant conspiracy to hide you from the truth.
It's just something where it's just if you're in the deep corner and owls of the internet and you happen to be there and somebody's just I'm really into ASMR and people licking microphones, and you're like, fuck, that's weird. But, you do you.
I get pretty deep on the internet, sometimes your phone.
Oh, you gotta
comes
get
out when you're
deep.
sitting there having a
Sometimes
shit.
I click on an Instagram profile.
Sometimes they're just what are you up to today? It's that's nice.
I usually sometimes I'll hit page 20 on Pornhub, and that's when you know it's desperate.
We're getting deep now. See, I don't have Instagram. I don't I purely just run Facebook. And to me,
amateur.
it's a form. It's a game changer. Ever since they had the videos just keep rolling over.
Oh.
on you.
Yeah.
It's
Pornhub's on
dangerous.
Facebook now.
Hope you're checking out the House Mario on those, buddy.
Yeah.
Just got to plug it while we're there. We got a Facebook page.
If there's no like on there from you, I swear to God.
I always find it. But but that's the thing. If I've even forgotten the term, it was ASMR.
Yes.
Yeah, that. I mean, it hasn't come up in my.
You just remember it as asthma if you want. Yeah.
Asthma. I've got asthma.
So to specify again, what was it?
Automotive. Something.
No, that's the electrician that I am. Automotive.
Yeah, that's right. I can't remember it. I hate.
It is autonomous
That's it.
sensory meridian response.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you always think when you read it.
And you described it as it's what gives you goosebumps.
When you
instantly.
hear sounds,
Yeah.
it's basically when you hear sounds that give you goosebumps.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of somebody, I don't know, speaking dirty words in your ear, and you're like, oh. Exactly like that.
You're making. Is it actually sexual or not?
A lot of it is.
A lot of it is.
It can be. It can be.
Yeah.
But
For some people, it is a comfort thing, I guess, but for most people, I think it's
I genuinely have listened to it to get myself to sleep. That's lots of people use it to get to sleep. Not the sexual ones.
You
but,
sure? You're a big
wake
fan of
you up.
Amaranth on Twitch? Is that?
Don't get me
So we're
started.
talking Pink's early songs. They really spoke to you, and you just, oh yeah. Yeah,
This used to be a
the
fun
hair's
house.
rising.
But now it is filled with evil clowns.
This house of Mario, it used to be a fun house.
Yeah, now it's filled with evil clowns. Jesus fuck.
No,
What
okay,
has
so
happened?
I have mild tinnitus. So, like, my ears are constantly ringing. So, I'm always, like, I usually listen to music each night when I go to bed to sleep because, like, the ringing in my ears is just annoying as piss. So, I drown it out. But I have used ASMR before because I'm like, listening to music every night is probably actually making my hearing worse.
That's just the sound of my dogs barking and then my wife getting out of bed and yelling at them out the sliding door. That's my white noise. I'm out.
Home.
She comes back into bed and she's just like, you have to go out and make our dogs stop barking.
that to you is ASMR. It gives you goosebumps.
Yeah, there's goosebumps because it's just like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't struggle to sleep. No.
So, boys, what are you guys thankful for or enjoyed over the last week? I know I'm throwing you under the bus here, talking about the Guru Geek
I
Out.
completely forgot about the Guru Geek Out. Not gonna lie.
I bought a caravan.
Nice, Ollie.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's big news.
I bought a caravan. I was going to bring it and sleep in it tonight, but I don't know. I've decided I didn't want to.
Fuck it.
I feel like my first night's got to be special.
Fuck it. Drew's got a house. Just
That and turns out I got shit I got to do, so I got to drive home.
oh, you poor man.
So, what's your plan with this caravan, Ollie? You just going to put it in the backyard, set it alight, or are you actually going to use it?
You're going to donate it to the Millicent Show for the stunt driver. They do that every year.
Just drive through it, yeah.
That's what I usually do with my victims.
Put them in it.
Just donate people. Jesus.
No, I put them in the backyard and set them alight.
Oh, God.
You,
Oh, gosh.
Fuck, what's his name? Dennis.
The Menace.
No, okay. Anyway,
You
first name
don't
Dennis.
have to dox him on the podcast.
First name Dennis, last name can't remember. Back, I think he started in the 70s and went right through to the late 80s. He was a serial killer in the UK.
Oh, you can dox him then.
So Dennis the Menace.
He burned his victims in the backyard, but would throw a tire on top so his neighbours just thought
Is this what
he
you're
was
doing?
burning
Sorry,
tires.
is this what you're doing with your caravan?
Is this a murder investigation podcast? Or?
Yeah,
Well,
my
basically-
name's actually Dennis, boys.
I spend 12 hours a day driving a tractor.
So my guru
So
geek
you have
out
to
is
do
for
something.
Jiffy Firelighters.
and old tyres on the bonfire.
For a second there, I thought you were about to say, I spend 12 hours a day thinking of murdering people with fire. So I really relate to Dennis, and that's why Guru Geek.
When you are driving a tractor for 12 hours, you get to that spot.
You just want to set people on fire.
The worst part is like, a lot of people, I don't know, like, I guess a lot of people may know what driving a tractor is like. And if you have auto steer and stuff, you can just watch videos on your phone. But what I do, you
it's true.
can't. You
Oh.
can't. Like, I have auto steer and that type of thing, but
Oh, fuck yeah, auto steer.
what I do
Is this your
very
geek out
well.
auto steer?
I don't know. Like,
I'm
it's
thankful
probably
for
a good
auto
time to
steer.
move on.
I feel like everybody that's listening has forgotten that this is a Nintendo podcast. We're now talking about like John Deere or something.
And that's what makes it
New
special.
Holland.
That's why we brought him on. I love it. Because you're talking about murder victims. You're talking about auto steer in the tractor. So where are we going, Ollie? What's the end of the picture here?
I don't know. Where are we going? Where have we gone? Back to my caravan. I want to get out. Like, I'm going to start. Any long weekend, I'm gone, and eventually there's going to be a lap of Australia in the works.
Yep.
Good
Sounds
idea.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and as for the murder victims and podcast, well, I guess if you listen to the Case Bowl podcast, eventually you might hear my name on it. Who knows?
It's interesting. I'll add on to that. There's a patron of mine who has been coming in for probably about the last maybe 2 years. He bought a house here and he just sold it. Right now, his story is that he bought.
Don't dig up his backyard.
No, yeah, that's right. No, his story is that he bought a house in Murray Bridge when he was young and he lost his job and that sucked and everything. But then the McDonald's now in Murray Bridge has taken like the old block of land his used to be on. So the McDonald's actually approached him and was like, "We'll give you X amount for this house," and he was basically like, I want more than that. You're McDonald's. Fuck off. Yeah. So he did that, and he got a shit ton of money out of his house, right? And then basically, ever since then, he's just bought and resold houses for better value, and he's just travelled around Australia in a caravan. He's always done it.
I really
and not worked.
Well, really
for a while,
the
yeah.
idea of like him saying like, "You're McDonald's, you can do better than that." But the person
That's exactly
approaching
what he
him
did.
with the number was Ronald McDonald. We can give you this money.
I can give you this amount. Huh.
Why's that Mickey Mouse?
Because they're the same person.
What's the old burglar's name from McDonald's?
Hamburger.
Your hamburger.
The Hamburglar. So you're just like, nah, I want more money. And Ronald's like, I'll get my mate to come here instead. And the Hamburglar's just like,
No, he's like, Hamburger, I knew it. He's like, that's right, Ronald. I'll rob you of your money. But yeah, no, same thing, man, is he bought a caravan, and despite all the Ronald McDonalds in the world, he made it, and he went and bought this house that he's got now for about $100,000 less than he just sold it for this week. Ridiculous.
All right, so my guru geek out. I'm going to say, I'm going to get meta here. I think I've done this twice, and both times I've gone super meta. I'm going to say Drew's baby shower. I had a blast. I met a load of new people. We sucked in a lot of helium. It was loads of fun.
Yeah, we had some helium balloons there, and Ash was like, "Yeah, let's do some." So he whacked out some voices. We all got on the helium. And Ollie was talking about the time that Ashley got on the helium, the canisters at a party. So he doesn't bring the beers.
now
He
you're
brings
making me
the.
sound like a druggo.
You're not a Drago. You're just a helio.
A heliophile.
Heliophile. I fucking love helium. It's delicious. Fuck.
You do have to be careful. If you do just go straight for the whole canister, you do have to realise that your body doesn't then get oxygen when you're only breathing helium. Your body gets no oxygen, and I end up with headaches and blood noses.
So yeah, I was going to say, just to give it a little bit more context to this, before we started sucking in the helium, he was like, "Oh, I'm not going to do it. The last time I did that, I got an instant headache and a blood nose." And then he went on to tell us, "Oh no, we got a helium canister and we were just sucking it in all night."
Hell
Well,
yeah.
you're obviously going to get a headache and a blood nose if you do that.
See, a funny voice is worth it at the end of the day, but I don't know about the whole canister.
Not under
See,
those
can you guys do the helium voice without the helium? No. All about you, Ollie?
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. It's like any accent, you got to have like a trigger word, and I just go to like.
Yeah.
So no.
Elmo like wasabi.
No, absolutely not. What about you, Ross? Hello. That sounded very.
When you, oh my god, I hate that.
Yeah, Ash has the headphones on, so you can really directly hear it. That's some ASMR straight to the opposite. It's all right.
Nothing to do with the internet.
Kind of do like Gollum from Lord of the Rings and Jar Jar Binks.
All right, Ross. We're approaching 20 minutes here. What are you thankful
Critical
for the
mass.
Guru Geek Out?
My friends.
Oh, that's why. Look at that, Ross. That is another
No,
one.
this is a good time. This is fun.
And then he just looks at me, he's like, "You're not included in that."
Fuck off, Ash.
I feel really shallow about mine now. It's just like, I got a caravan. And
No.
everyone's just like, "Oh, I love my friends, and I'm having a boy, and I'm just like,
Caravan. No, that's...
caravan of murdering people."
Was that one of them murdering people? I didn't realise that.
You're listening about other people murdering people. How's that?
I think it was actually me murdering people.
I mean, that's the
Ooh.
thing, though, is like, that still is like a positive thing for you, and sort of like how you want to go, how you want to...
Caravan.
And that's... Yeah,
I got a caravan so I can see my friends.
that's right.
I'm
Exactly.
not shallow.
I
So that's
absolutely
good.
thought you were going to say "see my victims."
See my victims. I'm going to
Jesus Christ.
go around with a caravan, just shove my caravan full of victims. Bye-bye.
My
They're all
last name
sitting
is
there. It's like,
Malak.
it's like, where are we going? It's just like, guy just gets shoved in the caravan. It's like, where exactly are we going? It's just like, I was told we were going to a rave party. Fuck yeah, man. All right, yeah, rave party. You like put on some nice music for him. It's like fucking Old Town Road by Little Nas or some shit. Anyway, back to my original point, I guess, is that I feel like I've used this one definitely more than once, but like in situations like these where we get the opportunity to just sit around a table and just laugh and be stupid, like, it's a lot of fun, and especially like a lot of stuff that I'm going through recently, like with my grandmother and stuff like that, who is sick, and she's the last grandparent I got. You know, it's elating and it's nice to have these moments. They don't happen a hell of a lot, obviously, because we're very busy people. So yeah, I think that's fair enough to sort of dictate that and be like, yeah.
Yes, it's very nice. Cheers, boys.
Yeah.
Cheers,
everyone.
Cheers. Beautiful.
It is very nice to sit around and have a beer with you at a table. I am loving it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Where's your mask?
Don't need it in here. It's all
You'll
right.
give me PTSD, so.
Cops!
Did you guys check in?
Checked into the House of Mario. It's like SA government sites. Like,
QR code at the front of the house that checks you into the House of Mario.
That'd be dope. I need to get one of them.
That would be so good.
And I'll make Bryce check in every time he comes
oh,
over.
fuck off.
But where's your mask, mate?
My fucking house too. Fuck you.
You get the phone numbers.
We need Reggie to check in as well.
Yeah, well, he's more than welcome to check in. He's
Yeah,
more than welcome.
yeah.
Reggie Fils-May, ex-president of Nintendo America,
okay.
Ollie, just for...
Yeah.
I know you're not so acquainted with
Why
the
is he
Nintendo.
X?
Because he left the company.
Because he retired.
Yeah, he retired.
Oh, all right. No bad blood.
He doesn't work there anymore.
Okay, I should have set up a story like he actually like just like was
did a
really mean, so he got
caravan.
fired.
Question then: if the House of Mario did have a QR code restrictions and Reggie rocked up to the door, he's like, "Hi, I'm Reggie. I would like to come into the House of Mario. However, I do not have a phone and have lost the ability to write. Therefore, cannot check in."
How did he lose?
Would you let him in with the possibility of knowing that a cop could come around that corner and find the establishment
I
$5,000?
wouldn't let Reggie in.
Yeah,
even
that's
if he could
right.
Check in.
Look to me honest, I would let him in. I'm like, all right, Reggie, you just stay in here. If the cops come over, we will hide you.
Yeah, we got cupboards galore in here.
We will seclude you, nice and
But I do
Hidden.
expect free
There's
shit.
there's plenty of cupboard space, man. I know that Ollie's taken up a few dead bodies, but there's definitely enough there for Reggie to
I
hide.
got plenty of ties out there.
He's a big man though. It'd be hard to fit in the cupboard. He was like 6 foot something.
Yes,
he's
that's
massive,
true. Yeah,
massive man.
Yeah.
We'll just have to. You have to lay him on the carpet, and you just like lay over him.
Hey, coppers, what's going on? You're just like laying on this lump on the floor. Right.
You say he's a big man. Is he
I
just
feel like
tall or is he
those
a big
cops
man?
would just be like, I don't get paid enough to deal with this situation. They would leave
So
anyway.
They're just like, fuck this. Jesus Christ, we're not in Victoria. Bye-bye.
Oh,
It's actually good because I play soccer with some of the cops, so hopefully it's one of them, and I'll be like, "Was the ex-president of Nintendo America under Bryce?"
I want you to be completely honest with me now. How many cops in this town would know who Reggie is?
None.
None.
I don't know. I assume not many. Because actually, one of the cops, he's like, "Oh, I've listened to the podcast, and God, you talk a lot." Because in real life, I got to be honest, everyone, I don't talk that much. I'm pretty quiet.
No, yeah, same.
And then they, yeah, well, Bryce is too. When they listen to us just talking and like yammering on, just talking shit,
I'll-
like, oh my
I'll
God,
probably
Drew
go
actually
to-
talks.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Because at soccer, I'm pretty quiet. I'm
incredible, isn't it?
Just, I don't need to talk when
No.
it's in a social setting. I'm saying I don't give a shit, but
Yeah, you're just like, if you're spoken to,
I
you'll
talk a
speak,
lot.
but...
I feel like a lot of podcasters are like that, actually. They're just like, they don't get the opportunity to talk. So they're just like,
That's the
I
other-
got to record it and put it up somewhere for someone to listen to.
And I sound like the serial killer.
I feel like
Yeah, that's right.
I feel like that's a thing with like unrelated hobbies going into another hobby though. It's like you go into sports, you're like everybody's like, yeah, did you catch the game? Yeah, mate. Yeah, and Drew's just like, I fucking love Nintendo in the corner. Like, yes.
Like, for real though, I'm like, did you guys like check out the Nintendo Direct? They announced like a new Kirby game. It was fucking sick.
Oh fuck, man! Look at that. Yeah, did you see how fucking great that Kirby game looked?
It's the first 3D Kirby ever made. It's bloody. It looks alright actually.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
I will
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it. I love a bit of Kirby.
You like a bit of Kirby?
Always all-time favourite was Kirby.
No.
Like, Smash Bros. I'll always go Kirby.
Yeah,
always go Kirby?
because it's easy to get back to stage, right?
Yeah, you just float
I do a
back.
lot of falling off of my own accord.
Don't press up B though. You just go whoa, boosh,
Yeah.
straight to the bottom. Don't
Yeah.
do that, mate.
Or
Yeah.
just down B when you're off the stage, even.
Yeah.
I'll do the same thing.
All right, boys. Let's use this as a segue to talk about what we've been playing. I know Bryce has been on a review discussion with Paul James.
That's right,
about
yeah.
Metroid Dread on the player2.net.au website.
That's
so you've
right.
been playing that. You've been enjoying that.
Yes. Yeah.
So have you been enjoying Metroid Dread? I've got to be honest, guys. I haven't been focused on video games whatsoever. I'm sleeping
be a
or I'm
dad.
going to work. You know. So That's what I'm
Just,
doing.
I'm a dad of 2 and I could still focus on video games. This man's just not trying hard enough.
It's nothing to do with being a dad. It's been just fucking tired when I get home.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And I definitely get that.
I
Yeah.
I wake up on a Saturday morning. Being today when we're recording, I just have pins and needles in my hands.
Oh, man.
I just want to watch something.
Listen, I'm eternally tired, like, no matter what. I could fucking, like, work a stupidly long day and I'll be eternally tired, still play video games. And then, like, I'll wake up in the morning and fucking regret everything and I wish I didn't. So, like,
Dead inside.
that's exactly right. I'm just dead inside. Anyway, yeah, back to the actual discussion so we can make a move forward.
Sorry.
No, that's my fault.
It's his fault. Don't worry about it, Ollie.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the podcaster here. Fucking, you know it is. Anyway, so Metroid Dread, yes, I went and had a quick review discussion with Paul James in regards to it, and he called out Drew a little bit there. He was like, that man doesn't play enough video games for a podcast host about video games.
Look. All right. This is my rebuttal here. Paul James from player2.com.net.au. Fuck you.
I was going to say that if you didn't.
Oh,
Fuck you to the moon.
Badass up in here.
He called me the better half. How do you feel about that?
Look, I'm not gonna. Look, if
You
I
can't argue with
look,
that.
if I was gonna argue, I'm like, could you imagine if I argued that? Been like, no,
No, Drew.
Bryce fucking sucks. I'm better. Could you imagine?
I mean, it is true, but
Wow.
Oh, Ash,
Look, he could tell me I fucking suck. It's all right.
we're gonna have.
I don't believe you.
We're gonna have Ash versus Paul. Who's better, Drew or Bryce?
Yeah, that's right.
I'll fight him. I challenge Neil deGrasse Tyson to a boxing match.
Look,
the first crack in
I got-
this. I challenge. What was the guy's name?
Paul James.
Paul James to a boxing match. This episode of House of Mario.
Look, I got to be honest.
He like walks in the door. He's like, it's time.
I got to be honest here, Bryce. I saw it on Twitter, like Paul said, like I gave Drew a bit of shit or whatever. I'm like, oh, let's have a listen here. I go onto YouTube, press it. It's like, Drew, what can I say, Bryce? You're the better half. I'm like, about to have a shower. I'm like, oh, and I just
My life is ruined.
I just sort of got deflated, and I just had a shower, and I sort of stood there in the shower.
Just like in
The
the,
water's-
fetal position, crying in the shower.
No, not quite, Ash. The water was hitting me in the head. It was running down my body.
Not that horse meme that's like, man, like the horse looking over the ocean. You seen that? Yeah, like, man.
It was hitting my body, and I was just wet, sad, and
Wow.
wet from the water.
Sounds like a bad Tinder experience.
Back to the boxing match. Like, if I was to put odds on it, and
What boxing match?
Oh man, well, thanks.
Ash is gonna box him, and I've been off sports bet for a while, but I'm pretty keen to get back on it. So
Wow.
I'll top your multi.
I like it.
So anyway, I love you, Paul. Anyway, Bryce, Metroid Dread.
Yeah, so I had a fantastic time with the game. I think most people have had a fantastic time with the game, excluding one Mr. Jaff that we talked about last week.
Big old Jaffo.
Yeah, big old fucking Jaff, the guy who doesn't understand Metroidvania as one half of Metroidvania. But never mind. Obviously, we did talk about it quite in pretty good discussion. We both had very similar clear tones with very similar item collection rates, percentage collection, I guess you would call it, by the end of it, which was great. And I think we both had a very elating Metroid experience that, I can't say I've ever really had with the 2D Metroid. I've always found them a little bit clunky, but I've always been interested in Metroid lore, whereas Dread is just a fluid and fun fucking game, like down to its core.
Have you finished it already?
Shit, yes, yeah.
Excellent. That's very impressive.
Did you end up picking it up, Ash? Or
I haven't yet. I will.
I have a copy. I need to sell it if you want it.
I'll buy it off you.
Well, I at the moment I'm waiting to see if one particular person wants it, but if he doesn't want it, you can buy it off you for cheaper, $50.
$50.
Done deal.
Yeah, because I
We got 50.
yeah,
we got $50 here. We're gonna.
Raise your broken paddle.
yeah, but yeah, it is a case of
Such an
like
inside joke. I broke Ollie's paddle at her baby shower of my knee by accident.
wow.
I look. If it does go to court, I am gonna get a solicitor. I don't reckon.
I blame Ash. He got me the Captain Morgan. It got me a bit bloody tipsy. I wasn't
that's
expecting
true.
to drink at all.
The sun was
but,
hot.
And then you drunk a fair bit.
Yeah, I had a fair bit.
When I was out there before, what was I doing? I was grabbing the scissors, and Chantel was like, "Oh, they're just here," and then she like looked at the bottle, was like, is this the same bottle from today? It's nearly empty. I was like, yeah, it is.
No, it's the second one.
I feel like I need to come back and drink later. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
You do. We
uh,
might be going out tonight.
oh really?
Yeah. Biz.
I'll get in contact with you about that. Please. I'll talk to you after the show.
Everyone else listening, want to come
Slide
out for some
me
beers?
DMs.
Yeah, come out.
Yeah, so basically it is a fantastic experience, and we had this discussion we had was very quick, very thoughtful. I think both of us were very enamored with the game. And look, if Metroid 2D Metroid does happen to continue, not really sure if it will at this point. Depends on how well obviously this does, and then when you compare it to Prime 4 when it eventually hits, it'll depend on that as well. But if it does continue, and like this is the sort of norm that we're going to see at the bare minimum from now on, it's a stupidly solid experience. It is a lot of fun. Yeah.
Ollie's got a question here. He's got his hand up.
Is Metroid the one
This is awesome. Yeah.
robot with a gun on his
Yes.
hand?
Yes.
and transforms into a woman?
The robot
Whoa!
with a gun on his hand.
What?
He did it!
What's the
It's on
robot?
Smash Bros, isn't it?
Yes. What's the robot's name, though, Ollie? It's Samus.
Is it?
And it's a woman.
Yeah, I knew it was a woman because when you're playing Smash Bros and all of a sudden it changes to a woman, it's like, no, go back to the robot.
Quick tangent. You need a tangent alert button. Did either of you
got
ever
it.
watch?
Might have one here. We've got a goose sound here.
Yeah, that's
That'll do.
Yeah, what did that sound like?
No one else can hear it, actually. It's just me and Ash.
Wait.
Oh, it stopped. There we go. Again.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Just what we
Yeah,
do.
would bang.
Did any of you ever used to watch that YouTube show Arby and the Chief?
Yes.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
When they play Smash and he picks Samus and he's like, that's actually a girl. And he's like, nice. Does she have boobs? And he's like, yes. He's like, high five.
High five.
That's Bryce playing Metroid Dread.
Does she have boobs though?
Oh,
High
does.
five.
I used to watch that show a lot.
Oh, it's fucking great.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Just,
I used to watch Good Game Spawn Point on ABC.
Hey, I think that's still going actually.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I never tried to watch it. It's occasionally pop up and it's like,
What's her name? Is it Steph, the girl that's on there?
Steph, yeah.
And the guy,
Ben
I
Dixon.
forget the guys. Yeah, Ben Dixon, that's the one. Because I think she's actually a Twitch streamer as well.
Is she
now.
still on it?
So is Barjo.
Steph's still on it.
Yeah, must be.
Barjo's actually, yeah, he's a really successful one.
Yeah, he
too.
is.
Yeah, Barjo's awesome.
Barjo the
I used to
robot.
watch.
Who's a robot? That's in
Yeah, what's the
background?
robot's name? This is for international listeners. This is just makes no sense.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
had a show on the ABC network, which was like the Australia's sort of gaming show, pretty much. And at the time, like as a kid, it's really sort of cool because you didn't have the internet to check out IGN and whatever necessarily, but when you turn on the TV, it's like, yeah, this is games, and that was my first sort of introduction to the show.
But
it's sort of gone now.
Two versions. They had the
kids and the normal
kids
version,
and
or the
normal one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I think Spawn Point was the adult one. Or the normal
no,
one.
Spawn Point was the kids one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fucking
It
wrong.
was just good game. I think. What
Good
was
Game is the normal sort of, I guess, adult, not adult one.
I
but
think like Barjo as well, his streams, I used to watch them specifically because he used to like stream him eating food and he had a cam on his mouth like while he was chewing. It was just called mouth cam. I don't know why I'm admitting this to you guys, but it was just so fucking weird. I love to watch it.
he's really weird, Barjo. I appreciate his randomness. Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
So, Ollie, I know you haven't been playing anything because you don't play video games. That's why we got you on this Nintendo show, but it would be a bit rude to kick you out. And the shenanigans so far has been fantastic, so I appreciate it. But what's the last video game you played, you reckon?
Is it FIFA?
It depends on how committed to playing you ask. Like, last game I committed to playing would have been Silver. Pokemon Silver.
That was a while ago.
Silver. Yeah.
As in
Soul
like
Silver.
Soul
Yeah,
Silver or
yeah.
the original Pokemon
On-
Silver?
On the DS. He's not that old. He's not that old.
The one with the Pokewalker, like, and that's. I
Was that the
remember
last one?
That was the last one I
So-
completed.
For everyone
my
listening,
dedication.
Ollie and I, we're family friends. We've been friends since babies, pretty much.
Childbirth.
Childbirth, we just slipped out together
Yep.
from different mothers.
Was the cake green?
Even though I'm like 3 years older. 4 years older. Still had it at the same time. I don't know what I was doing, just waiting in the womb.
You're
But
playing video games.
Poor Karen.
but we went on a family holiday in Tasmania 2010. And
Or whenever Soul Silver come out.
yeah, I think that was. So Heart Gold Soul Silver came out with the Poker Walker and DS, and I was always like telling, Ollie, you got to get this new game on DS, or you got to get this DS, or whatever the new Nintendo thing was. I always sort of suckered him to getting it.
Like I started off.
And you enjoyed it, didn't you?
I loved him because I always wanted to, but my old man's very old school. You know, any game I played in front of him, if you die in the game, he's like, "We'll throw the game away."
He's like, yeah, no, that's not real. Yeah, so that's not real
dead.
life. Yeah, I remember playing like Forza 3 on Xbox 360. And like, Dad's like, this isn't like in real life. If you have a crash, that's over, mate. You're dead.
Yeah,
and
you're done.
You know what the funny thing is? As like someone who's thinking about like a kid, I'm like, you gotta make sure they know that be careful in the car and all this type of shit. So you can sort of relate a little bit.
You do have to sit your parents down and just give them the talk about what's going on in the game.
Yeah, just
The birds and the bees.
Yeah, just like, Dad, this is a video game, right? I'm an F1 driver. I'm playing Forza Horizon. I'm going across France.
Avoid
across
ski slopes.
Yeah, and
Ultimately,
France.
when I do crash the car, I have an impeccable pit crew.
Yeah, and I play this as quote unquote escapism, end quote, and that is because real life is it's not as fun. So when I'm driving a car in real life, I will not crash into the side of the road. I will not crash into someone else.
I had a fucking terrible joke there.
Oh, tell us the joke if it's so bad.
It's going to be like if I crash a car in a video game, it's not as half as fucking bad as it was when I crashed a car in real life.
Well, everybody also, I don't know if anybody understood the context
We could definitely
behind
both relate to that, trust me.
the context behind my joke just before when you said you're an F1 driver and I said avoid ski slopes. That's because Michael Schumacher was skiing and he fell over and hit his head on a rock and now he's a vegetable.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
He never come good.
No,
he still
he-
can't
no.
talk.
Oh shit!
Nah. And then I mangled a car when I was younger in my driving years, and Ollie recently mangled a car. So it's kind of like I would rather just mangle a car in a video game. Thanks.
Oh shit!
Go into Mario Kart and just fucking wreck one of those
that's
cars.
right, yeah.
Hey, is that
Yeah.
you? I heard this story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I said, when we're talking about our geek outs, I do 12 hours a day plus driving an hour to and home.
Yeah, that's right.
That
Yeah.
is
So,
bullshit.
14-hour days, and after a while, you decide maybe having a nap on the road might be the way about it. And ultimately, I haven't really used cruise control the same since.
No, I wouldn't either. Fuck that.
Yeah,
No.
100 and the speed limit.
He doesn't even know what it is as well. It's just like, it's the speed limit 150.
It may have been a couple of k's over, and you even get the slap on the wrist for that because nothing gets past a cop.
No, yeah.
And you drowse off, and when cruise control's going, you
don't stop.
you find that tree at that speed.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's
The
truly awful. So when you crash a car on a game, it's just like
Sounds like you needed that talk. So, Forza Horizon, this isn't real life,
Here,
Ollie. You got to make sure you don't
okay,
actually crash.
Here, not okay.
Yeah.
No, it sucks.
Because in Forza, you just hit Y or X, and you rewind. You're good.
That's right. Yeah. No rewind button in real
Look, I
life.
tried. I was
Yeah,
sitting
no,
there.
it sucked, hey.
Yeah,
I
I
was
bet.
sitting there. To be totally honest, I don't know whether, since I've, every now and again you see on Facebook, because it's me median,
It's medium, it's good shit.
you see a video of someone either coming off a motorbike or something, and literally all you do in the aftermath is you just groan. You sit there and you groan, nobody else is around, and you just groan to yourself. It's like, oh,
Fuck.
and like, I had the steering wheel basically didn't move. I bent the steering wheel back so my knuckles were nearly touching the dashboard from the impact, because I woke up when my wheels hit the rubble. So the rumble of the rubble of the side of the road woke me up just as I didn't touch the brakes, nothing. I had no time, but I braced and I fractured the bone in my thumb and ruined my wrist from my own bracing. It's amazing the hickey you get across your chest from a seatbelt.
The hickey. Just your missus comes up. It's a big strip.
It's amazing, and like I punched my knee through a switch on the dash. But yeah, the gear shifter was sort of across my lap. That's a bit of a reference of how far everything moved.
I am just fucking glad you're alive.
Yeah,
like honestly,
me
this
too.
was the week after the wedding.
Yeah, my wedding. Yeah,
That's right. It was the
Yeah,
week
yeah,
after the
'cause-
wedding. We were like, fuck. You sent it to the groomsmen chat. We're like, fuck.
Yeah, no, that's right. Because I buggered my knee. I tore a ligament in my knee, and at Drew's wedding, I was hobbling around, and we're standing up at the front, and I'm like, oh.
yeah.
old man Ollie, the youngest one there.
Yeah, that's right.
Youngest groomsman, and I couldn't walk. And anyway, I had to go to Adelaide and get a MRI on it, and it was then the morning after getting that, I then
Pushing yourself too far, Ollie. Yeah,
the things you do.
it's life, I
Things
guess.
I do for love.
Oh,
It's just ultimately hindsight's a great thing.
yeah. Tell me about it.
Like, honestly, like beforehand, I wasn't feeling that bad. It wasn't like I'm getting drowsy. Maybe I shouldn't do this, because as a person, I will not use cruise control if I'm drowsy. For that reason, I'm on the CFA, the Victorian, and I've been to car accidents, and a lot of the time it's cruise control.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You know, so I always make sure if I'm drowsy, I don't use cruise control. But you'd never think you're drowsy.
No, that's right. And sometimes it just happens.
So there's one. Play Forza. Don't.
Yeah, that's right. I was going to say,
Play Mario.
play Mario
Don't
Kart.
play-
If you
fucking-
fall asleep playing Mario Kart,
you
I'm
fucking
sure-
run off the road. You do
Yeah,
stupid
I
things.
mean, that happens. If you'd like, I can make it realistic, and I'll watch you fall asleep, and I'll slap you.
So that's Ollie's time with Pokemon Soul Silver. Ash, what have you been playing recently?
I've just been setting lots of people on fire. No,
Yeah, right.
what have I been playing? I've actually been playing New World, the new MMO by
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
fuck.
Nice.
Big Daddy Bezos.
Oh, God.
It's actually quite fun. I'm not a big MMO person. Actually, I'm not an MMO person at all. I've never stuck with one for longer than maybe a couple of weeks. But I've been playing quite a bit of it just because it's like almost been playing it out of just convenience because pretty much all of my friends are playing it.
Yeah.
So like it's really nice when we all get into the same game at the same time. It's a game we can play together.
Yeah.
So it's been real good fun. It's basically just a way graphically better version of RuneScape is what I would say New World is. And
Yeah.
it is really frustrating that it doesn't have mounts, but you get over it. Yeah, no, it's actually really fun. I've been enjoying it.
I hear the biggest problems with it though is like once you get to the end, there's just nothing, and that was like something that was very apparent in the beta as well.
Yeah, I can definitely see that being an issue, but I'm nowhere near.
No.
So
The thing is like, you know, I am a big MMO person. I'm completely on the other end of the spectrum, and I've played them since I was like 8.
What does that stand for?
nothing to do with the internet.
Massively multiplayer online. So, like, you know how you get on the fucking TV, you're like playing Mario Kart, you get like 4 people on TV?
Yep.
Now, think of this as everybody has their own individual TV, and there's like thousands of players on one screen.
So every person in the game is actually another person.
Yeah, pretty
basically.
much.
I appreciate someone like Ollie here because there's so many terms in gaming where it's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's right.
Like, for people that are trying to get into it, like it's important that we sort of make these terms
Clarify.
known.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I'm an extremely competitive person. I don't want to compete myself on a game, like.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. So yeah, Mario. I played Mario Kart a lot growing up as well, as thanks to Drew. But like,
No choice.
and it's good fun to beat someone. Wish I didn't get to do a whole often, but
Yeah, but when you
is
do,
quite
it's elating.
it's great.
It's like Dark Souls.
Like, oh, fucking Jesus Christ. No, don't bring that back. No, we don't need it anymore.
That was a joke.
Anyway, yeah, what I was sort of leaning into there is that being somebody that does play, that has played many. No, look at that. He even turned down the microphone for that. What a Chad. Anyway, it's definitely one of those things that I was like, I looked at New World and I was like, should I give it a go? And then I'm like, just hearing about like the end game and stuff, because what MMOs are past that point.
Getting the water off.
Jesus.
Sorry, I am listening.
What MMOs are past that point is the end game, because once you've finished an MMO experience, that's the only thing that's ever going to keep getting updated is the end game. There's no such thing, like sort of whatever. That is like with the exclusion of maybe expansion packs, which give you another leveling process, but like that's just another leveling process, and that's only going to last so long, right? Now with New World, it's sort of like a lot of people did jump on that train. It was an absolute fucking mess at launch. Like it was.
It still is.
Yeah.
It's awful. The servers are the biggest problem.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and like I mean, it's catering to Australians right out the gate, which is incredible. That's never happened for an MMO. There's only like 3 MMOs that do it.
Difference to make it cater for Australia?
Server location. So here to break it down like really simply.
It might have been like people, how are you, mate? I'm expecting kangaroos and crocodiles.
Every character is voiced by a fucking Eric Banner.
Just for dialect. Yeah. Chopper Reed here. Anyway, get out here the fuck are you? How the fuck are you?
Lara Bingle and Eric Banner, that's it.
Yeah, that's right. But no, to put it in, I guess, a quicker concept is that like most MMOs do not have an Australian server. So when we play those MMOs, if we press a button, usually it takes quite some time for that action to actually register in the game. Whereas if you have an Australian server, obviously it's almost instantaneous when you press the button. Like, that is the difference.
So much closer the travel to it.
That's right. And that doesn't happen with MMOs because they're very high cost development games, and therefore, you know, it's only really worth having servers in the US to maintain because they don't make enough money, right? So
usually they'll add Australian servers later on if they release the game and it becomes popular in Australia. Like, okay, we'll add an Australian server because that will increase
like
our
World of
player
Warcraft
base
did that
and
too.
it will make us more money.
So do you pay to play, or how do they make their
Depends
money?
on the game.
It depends on the game. This one is just you pay for the game and that's it. That's the only payment. So which is really good. I never would have played it if there was a monthly fee.
I think the difference between a monthly fee, and this is like something that's always sort of brought up, it's like, the monthly fee? Yeah. But the difference is that like between not having a monthly fee and having a monthly fee is that usually there's, if by not having that monthly fee, there's generally more bots because obviously bot farmers and stuff like that, they don't want to pay monthly fees for the game, and then there's less content updates, etc., etc. But like in like monthly fee MMOs, they're constantly updating the game, and there's more of that spam protection and all that. But anyway,
is it having bots a positive or a negative?
Oh, seriously negative, because it's let's put it this way: if somebody's put like set up a bot on their computer to do a menial task, like let's say they're collecting items and then they're selling them on the market, that drags the value of that item down like by a lot. So the people that actively work to farm that item, for example, they're not getting as much for it, even though they're doing all the hard work. It's not worth it.
Like genuinely, there's an economy in these games.
Yeah, that's like fucking, seriously. It's like, you know, the difference of bringing in machines to do a job versus, you know, people who want to work the job.
And that's like another kind of problem with this game is that it doesn't have general item stores. You can't just go and buy and sell. It's actually got a trade post where you buy and everything you buy and sell is from another player.
Yeah.
So if you've got people doing this shit, it's only between players, so that does really affect the price because there's no set price.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess sort of coming into conclusion about it is like with
So much goes on.
MMOs are stupidly complicated, and
a lot
like
of time,
trying to explain them to people. Like I've had a lot of people approach me and ask about Final Fantasy 14. Especially recently.
This does have something to do with the internet.
Yeah, this has very much to do with the internet because it's the only way to play the game.
So I can't like get my old original Xbox out and get into it.
Not unless you can activate old Xbox Live somehow, in which I would call you a fucking wizard. But
You can't even get these games on like the current Xbox.
yeah, like at the moment anyway.
There is a very select few original Xbox games that are available on the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, that's true.
There are.
You can get Black on Game Pass.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
That's a cool like first-person shooter, isn't it?
yeah, it's
It
really
was like it had a massive cult following back in the day.
really popular. Yeah,
What is the day that it was back in?
2006.
Yeah, I reckon the Xbox 360 came out in 2007, so I reckon it might have been earlier than that. I reckon it might have been 2000.
Xbox 360 was 2005.
Oh, there it's even older. I reckon Black was 2004. I think.
Jesus. Wow. Long time ago.
It was, wasn't it?
But yeah.
We were little fetuses.
Anyway. Wow, Jesus, I
Not quite.
don't know about that.
Not quite a fetus.
I was 10. Continue.
I was too.
But at the end of the day, yeah, it's sort of
I
what
was not 10.
new. But that is the important thing about MMOs mostly, is what you described, is that everybody's playing it, right? And that makes you want to play it. And that's
exactly.
that's something that's only just happening now with Final Fantasy 14, for example.
Free trial? Is what?
Oh yeah,
when's it
yeah.
free
So
to?
yeah, Final Fantasy 14 has a free trial that goes up to level 60 and includes the award-winning Heaven's Ward expansion. You can play today for free. Anyway,
Ollie, does that make you interested with that meme that just got blurted out of Bryce's mouth?
What do I have to play it on?
I would just
play it on, bro?
The PlayStation or the
every time
computer?
this happens in the podcast and I'm listening, I fucking lose it. Laughing.
Final Fantasy
Do you
14
have a
has a free trial.
PlayStation or a computer, Ollie?
But
I have an iPad.
yeah.
Can he play it on the iPad, Bryce?
If you can connect to somebody's computer, I'm sure you can. But
Someone's just remote install Final Fantasy 14.
yeah, and just play it on there. Like somebody's like, "What the fuck is happening with my computer?" It's like playing a fucking game. Anyway, trying to get back on track, so we'll continue.
I'm sorry.
On. No, you're fine. But yeah,
I don't care. This week, I just want it off the wall.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. But I want to get off the topic of
That's good. I really
MMOs
didn't
because
wanna
I'm the
get
only
on the
fucking
ball.
person that plays them. Anyway,
Ollie loves them.
anyway.
He's all about them now that you've explained it.
Because of the shit that's happened with World of Warcraft in recent times, and it's dragged that game down, and the company Blizzard, let's not go into that again.
Ollie, do you want to have the Blizzard situation
Holy
explained
fuck.
to you? No, you don't. All right,
The
move on.
Blizzard situation.
Sexual harassment, the end.
Let's not. Let's move on.
Well, but having said that, McCree just got his new name.
Yeah, that's right. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah. We'll come back to that.
Anyway,
Okay.
now that World of Warcraft's having its fall and people are looking for a way out, and they're sort of like, whatever, Final Fantasy 14, as much as people are like, ugh, it's Japanese. Because that's the truth.
I love Japanese stuff.
That is 100% the truth, because everybody wants a new American-made MMORPG, which is why New World has become so big, right? But the closest alternative to World of Warcraft that plays in very much the same way is Final Fantasy 14, which is a Japanese developed game.
I've played both. I didn't stick with Final Fantasy, but I think the only reason I didn't really stick with it was because not many of my friends played it.
Yeah, Bryce sucks.
I've played both, and I've definitely stuck way more with New World. But just from playing both, I can definitely tell Final Fantasy is the better game. It's way better.
And it's got and it is a JRPG more than it is an MMO, so it actually has like a big story attached to it. So there is a reason to get invested in it. But my point is that there are a lot of people playing it or trying it now, especially with the free trial being so good. Because
Level 60.
level 60.
Oh, it's such a good trial.
Close to expansion.
How quick do you
Download
get
it
to
on your
level
PS5.
60?
Anyway, no, there's like thousands of hours content for free. Thousands.
Oh, it's Ollie, you got to get amongst it, mate. I haven't tried it
That's right,
myself,
see?
but I will. I will.
But anyway, my point is, Jesus Christ, it's taken 5 minutes to get back to this point. But I've had a few people approach me in the last few weeks, being like, "Hey, man, is there anything I should know before playing this game?" And I'm like, "Well, I've played it for 8 years. I'm like, I can help you with whatever you want to know," and that just makes me happy because it means I get to play something else with those people, But it's taken World of Warcraft dying, and especially in the case of New World, it's definitely helped New World a
I
lot.
think New World really came out at the right time.
It did, yeah.
For New World.
Oh, absolutely.
Big
Definitely.
Blizzard controversy to kill World of Warcraft off for a while.
It
Yeah,
was an inside job.
Bill Clinton did it.
Bill Clinton did it. But yeah,
George Bush.
while we're talking about Blizzard, actually,
Just one of the US presidents.
Yeah, one of them.
Whatever.
It was Obama.
we will not go into it.
Thanks,
Biden,
Obama.
What is he? Fuck Biden.
Biden.
We will not go into it too much, but for Ollie's sake, basically, the company that runs World of Warcraft and some other big games, it's had a lawsuit brought against it by the state of California recently because there's a lot of sexual harassment things happening within the company. And ever since then, basically, they've tried to restructure the entire company to make it look like they're changing or they're hiding things, for example. And they've been changing things in their games to make them not look like sexual predators, even though it's got nothing to do with the issue. So they're for example,
they're deflecting.
yeah, for example, there's a picture of a girl, a woman in a painting who has her cleavage showing, And they're just like, oh, we've released an update because we don't think this represents women properly. So then they just put like a thing to stop the cleavage, or we've changed this person's name because they did bad things and they were like a reference to a real person, and then whatever. And the biggest thing, and like something we brought up earlier, was that Overwatch, which is another game they make, had a character called Jesse McCree. Now, Jesse McCree is the name of an actual person within the company who was caught out for the sexual harassment stuff. So,
Tisk.
lesson learned, Blizzard done this a lot with their characters. Right? Is that they named them after actual people. Like, regardless of the game. So, like, if you had a guy named Phil Bumpkin, they named a character Phil Bumpkin in the game. Right?
And then no Phil Bumpkins in the Blizzard Extended Universe.
That's right.
That we know of, anyway.
My point is like a lot of this happened, and because like Blizzard has so many games under their belt, they've got heaps of references in there to people who have been caught out for
people.
That's exactly right.
I think as well that one of the biggest problems with this entire situation is that like a lot of people didn't really even know about it at first, and it was the commentators in the Overwatch League that brought attention to the issue because they stopped saying his name.
Yeah,
they wouldn't call him McCree
right.
anymore. They just called him the Cowboy, because that's how I heard about it. I didn't know about it until that article came up saying that they're not using his name anymore. I was like, why aren't they using his name? That's stupid.
Yeah, right.
And then I read it and I was like, what? That is fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, long story short, there was a girl who had said that she was harassed by this guy, and they swept it under the rug and said, don't talk about this anymore or you'll be fired. And she killed herself.
Yeah, that's right.
Shit.
Yeah. And basically they had this cowboy in the game called Jesse McCree, and they released a statement, and it was such a blanket statement that was basically like, we believe it doesn't represent the character anymore. Nothing saying like, we don't want Jesse McCree in this game because he was a sexual harasser or anything like that. He's like, we don't believe McCree is the right name for this character anymore. And then they were basically like, for months, they were trying to change his name to something else completely, and they've finally done it. And like,
And what is his name?
Oh God, I can't remember. It was something to do with Cassie.
Cole Cassidy.
Cole Cassidy.
Cole Cassidy.
Sounds like a typical just like, cowboy.
That's right.
That's like, because like Jesse McCree is very much not really a cowboy name, but because I played lots of Overwatch, I just became conditioned to it. Now it sounds super cowboy. And then I hear Cole Cassidy, which is like actually kind of cowboy, but I'm like, it's nowhere near as cowboy as Jesse McCree.
Yeah, and like the problem is
well-
that character's already cemented in history as McCree. Nobody's going to start calling him Cole Cassidy, like, ever. I hate to say it.
I get it. Clearly, they're just trying to strip something from him as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely,
something
yeah.
that bloke would have been proud about as well. It's not
Yeah,
so
for
much
sure.
for everybody
Yeah.
else. It's
No.
also like,
You take away like a significant
you don't
character
deserve
named after
shit.
you.
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve shit, so you take it away from
That's
him.
right, yeah,
Absolutely.
and that is largely what it is, right? Is he doesn't deserve that, but at the same time, like, unfortunately, it doesn't stop there. It goes to like, the problem with Blizzard at the moment is they go through heaps of stupid lengths to remove things that aren't even relegated to the issue, just to save face.
Yeah, so basically one of the main issues that everyone's talking about with this entire thing is that they keep doing this sort of thing. Like Blizzard, the state of California has filed a lawsuit against them, and it's not just for that. It's not an isolated incident. It's been happening for years, and it's been happening with loads of people. But instead of moving to fix this, they're just like, we've sacked a lot of people and we're changing his name.
Yeah.
Instead of doing anything to fix the issue. That's
Rather than helping.
Yeah.
the-
Hopefully
helping lobby
internally,
for it.
it is actually they are doing something.
Yeah, I really
Like-
hope so as well, but I just, like, at the same time,
It doesn't
I feel like
seem
they
like it.
would be announcing it if they were, because they would want people to know, and they're just not.
A lot of people, when they talk about Blizzard, they refer to something like a group of people as the old guard, and the old guard were people that like first did development on World of Warcraft and stuff like that, and they were people that were there for decades. Most of them have left now, and it's mostly become a for money corporation rather than for passion corporation. So a lot of these people, they're just like, well, we just have to save face now because they don't actually have any desire to fix these problems. They don't care. They just want to make money.
Blizzard are also very well known for ruining their own games.
That's right.
So they bring out a game that everybody loves, and then they keep making it worse and worse and
Yeah,
worse.
somehow
and
they
worse
keep
and
doing
worse.
it.
and everybody says the things you are doing are making this game worse.
But they don't.
And they ignore that and keep doing it.
And that was the thing with World of Warcraft is for World of Warcraft for so long, for I think it was about 15 years, it was like the dominant MMO in a
Can we have a Carlton Dry, Ash?
in a genre full of like
Waiter.
in a genre full of actual MMO games. World of Warcraft stood above them all for 15 odd years, but now it's finally dying. It's taken 15 years for anybody to dethrone it, which is mad. And that game was Final
And
Fantasy.
here's like a pointer to like how Blizzard ruined their games is they actually, I say recently, it's not that recent anymore. They recently re-released World of Warcraft, how it came out, like day one. So when it was first released, they re-released it exactly like that, and it was so popular that people couldn't play it because the servers were too full. And it's like
Anyone
that's
watched
how
the World of Warcraft movie?
Yeah, that was weird.
I
That
have not.
I haven't
watched it.
It keeps popping up on I think
have.
Netflix or something.
yeah, probably.
And I see it, and it was just like
I've seen it.
I've been around it a little bit, and I was like, oh, I should watch that.
I don't even think the movie was really that terrible. But
I've actually heard that it's really good.
no, you ask a World of Warcraft nerd and they'll fucking shit on you.
The thing I find with things like this is you have to watch it. You have to watch these things as though they're their own entity. You don't compare the two. That's where you get like it's just not worth it. 'cause it just
Super
makes
Mario
it shit.
Brothers movie. Which, by the way, we still haven't done that stream to watch that extended cut. We need to do that.
Yes, the pizza party. I'm still waiting around
Yeah.
for that.
We're still waiting for the pizza party.
We still need to do the pizza party with the extended cut of the movie. We will get around to it, but it is like one of those.
I
things
did
that
a
we'll find time
episode
for.
with Delfino Durians about the
Cartoon.
about the cartoon, Super Mario Bros. 3 cartoon. That was a lot of fun, just like doing that. So shout out to Delfino. Go and check that out.
Yeah.
I
Super
just
Saga
also
Super Show.
Just point out that Delfino is one of your most active community members, and she's a fucking legend.
She
Yeah,
is a
she is.
legend.
She
She
is a
is an
legend.
absolute legend. We love her so much. She's
She does a lot.
Ollie, who's never been in the Discord before.
Yeah, she does a hell of a lot in the background too, which is awesome. We never really asked her to do that. We got her in to do some mod work on our Discord, and then she just ended up staying permanent mod because
Well, she had suggestions, and I'm like, I'll make you a mod, and
yeah.
so all right, just temporarily. I'm like, no, I'll leave you. I'll
As
leave
well,
it.
like when you guys did, I think it was the 200th episode, and her and was it Metadocs made the
No, her and Wacko Jacko did it.
Jacko
Did the
made
toad?
that-
The toad skip.
ad.
Yeah.
It was like an advertisement for your podcast. It had me like crying of laughter. I was at work and people were like, "What are you laughing about?" I was like, "You're going to think I'm so weird if I explain this to you, so I'm just going to walk away."
Yeah.
There's this podcast I listened to by my friend, and these guys did a
Funny voice,
and they sounded like the Mushroom Men from the Super Mario, and it was so funny.
Yeah.
Accurate. It had me in stitches.
Yep. Accurate. Yeah, no, and that's, we love our little community. We've got so many beautiful faces in there.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for it every day. And I think like the thing is like, especially with upcoming things, which we haven't really talked too publicly about yet, but we're working on some things in the background, and hopefully we can involve some more people. Yeah. Just let me hand gesture or smack you in the face next time.
I'm just saying, I just did sign language for the background, which is great for audio listeners,
Yeah, fantastic.
but it's also great for deaf
I'm
people.
sorry, sir. I'm sorry. All right, I'll leave you to your devices. Anyway, so hopefully that sort of arises up soon, and more people get to know about it. But there's definitely, Jesus fucking Christ, this is distracting. Stop it.
Go for it, Bryce. We love you, mate.
And we love having people involved, especially like the when you were off, and like obviously I would have preferred you there.
I bet Paul James fucking loved it though.
But when you were gone on your honeymoon, and I got to spend a lot of time with the community members, we had a great time putting together episodes. The episode with Metadocs was fantastic, and like getting a deep dive into Pokemon. After that episode, I've actually been working with Metadocs a lot on Twitch streams, which has been great. And then obviously we also had the Conceptors episode which Ash unfortunately didn't get on.
I was meant to be a part of it. But
Yeah.
I think in hindsight, it was probably better that I wasn't because it was really long.
Yeah,
without me.
It did get really long, but it was also extremely interesting and
It's like I had so much fun listening to that episode.
yeah. The thing is, it's like if we cut out the biggest problem with that episode was Gamescom was at the same time like fuck, we kind of have to talk about that, and that took up an hour. And if we cut that out, like it would have been a reasonably long episode. But like past the Gamescom stuff, like that the idea of that episode was really well.
It's interesting because I listened to that episode just as like a listener, like everyone else, and I'm like just when you're talking about Halo Infinite, they show like Halo Infinite gameplay. Like, hey Delfino, what'd you think of Halo? She's like, I don't fucking know.
Well, that's the thing is like Gamescom was such a huge thing, and it's like, god damn it! I'm like, I kind of have to mention it because it is a thing that's very important to gaming. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, it didn't really matter because we actually got into the concept of stuff, and I think it turned out extremely well. And like,
It really did. This was so much fun.
something that didn't really occur to me when I'd come up with it was that the other two in the podcast were actually going to their own communities regarding Splatoon and talking about how they could improve their concept. And I didn't do that at all. I just come up with everything on the spot. But they got a lot of people. I got like, well, not on the spot, but you know what I mean, close enough.
I know, yeah.
But they actually got a lot of people involved, and a lot of those people listened to the episode and stuff like that as well, apparently, which was fantastic. So it just shows that even with the little things like that and approaching the community, getting them on and stuff like that, it's just created a solid little thing for us.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So. You're just fascinated by the word little, are you, Ollie, or what?
Little.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah.
That's when he turned to me and goes, oh, little. That's why I was laughing.
It's a fascinating little thing.
Little.
It's great. It's great. We all get around. Have a
Little.
Oh, yeah.
All right, this podcast is so off the rails. I love it so much. I'm enjoying it. If listeners are at this point, thank you so much for sticking with us. We're going to move on to the news.
Cracking Marios.
At an hour and 8 minutes. We do appreciate it very much. So without further ado, yes, Bryce, what's going on? What are you pointing to? What's the news?
No, can I do it with one of those?
Oh, sure. So we've got helium balloons from our baby shower. Ash is going to gracefully...
The table's leaking on me.
the table.
The table is leaking.
Yeah, the table's just full of water and it's leaking.
Our beers are moist.
I just really want to read the news while sucked in helium. I think
So
that'll
You
be really
don't
fun.
tell them.
So what are you doing?
know anyway.
Are you reading the news or are you going to introduce the news? What's going on? Because I got the news here. How are you going to read it? Are you
I'll come around.
When I come around.
Okay, I'll introduce the news then.
All right, so suck up some helium. Go. Here we go. Here is the news at the House of Mario. Say that.
Apart.
Turn around.
Bright eyes.
All right.
Alright, hold on.
All right, it's time for the news at House of Mario. Prepare your...
He's like, all right.
All right, so the first news on the docket today is a game is distributing a free shiny Zamazenta or shiny Zacian in Pokemon Sword and Shield. So this is something we are hoping to get in Australia. We have not been confirmed just yet.
Haha, probably won't.
Usually we get the codes at EB Games here in Australia. We've got to go and get the shiny legendary Pokemon. So I'm going to read this from mynintendonews.com, and the article reads, today trainers were able to get their hands on special codes to receive their shiny Zamazenta in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Yes, codes will be available from game stores in the UK and GameStop in Ireland between the 22nd of October and November 18th. These codes can be obtained at no cost while supplies last.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So, Ollie, what are your thoughts on the matter?
So Zacian and Zamazenta, what do you think about these legendary Pokemon from the Galar region? Are you excited to
I'm gonna be
potentially
flat
get these in
out
Australia?
I'm going to be flat out honest.
Please.
Do you feel like it's a type of thing? Do you need more or less beers to be able to pronounce the name?
Definitely less, because when I have more, I can barely speak. Zacian and Zamazenta.
I think that was always like I quite enjoyed Pokemon.
I think I prefer Zacian just because it has my name in it.
I like Zacian as well, just because it's got the sword in its mouth. So here, Ollie, I'm showing Ollie on my MacBook Zamazenta, which is this bottom one. It represents the shield from Pokemon Shield. It's got great defensive stats. It's a great shiny as well. It's a red and sort of yellowy color. Got the pinky sort of pattern on its
what color
shield.
is it when it's not shiny?
That color that you're looking at.
It's pretty much more of a blue sort of fur, and also like a sort of more normal yellow color as well.
I actually couldn't see it. That is the shiny.
That is the shiny. Yes, it is.
That's right. Yeah.
And Zamazenta is like
the
a
news is.
Zamazenta is a lighter blue. So, boys, I know Ollie is really keen to get this Pokemon here in Australia. EB
What
Games.
do you play it on nowadays?
Nintendo Switch.
Can you still get it on DS?
That's like basically what the entire podcast is about.
To be fair, like if I was somebody
I
in.
know it's Nintendo, no shit. I'm not up to date with what.
Yeah,
what-
that's right.
What do you play nowadays?
I would
Do I have to go and
argue.
get a Switch to explain what the?
These are the buttons.
Now I'm going to sit here as a lawyer in defence, and I'm going to say
Thank you.
that
Is
to
this
be
the
fair.
caravan or the Switch?
Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, or fucking anything else in my
moved on,
life, like a
right?
hotel room. Anyway, my point is, basically, if I was not up to date on the news, I would still believe that Nintendo had 2 lines of go about. So
Yeah,
you
no,
know
it
what?
does
I
make
can't.
sense.
Yeah,
Of course,
I
of course.
can't. Yeah, I can't fault him.
I just find it funny, just like, we brought Ollie on, just like, he doesn't play games, and sort of Nintendo at this point is just like, that to Ollie, it's at that point where it's that shit Drew's into at the moment, you know? Am I right?
I wouldn't say. Yeah, it's the shit. Bruce.
He's a fucking nerd. He's into his computers and his games.
I did like it, but
You grew up, and Drew's just a fucking big kid.
I wouldn't even necessarily say grow up as.
Just your interest changed.
Yeah, if I had the time of my life, I would definitely do it. But the problem, I just have. What the hell do you do with the rest of your day when you've already lost 14 hours? On
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I have contemplated taking the old DS and having another run at you know.
Just have a fucking bash at DS, mate.
Yeah, but and that's quite honestly it. So do they make DS games at all anymore? Or that's it, they're gone. Throw it in the bin. Fuck it off.
Yeah, no, it's in the bin, mate. DS was a fucking legendary era, right? We had the touch generations. We had Super Mario 64 DS. It was a beautiful time. But now we're on to the Nintendo Switch. And Nintendo Switch, right, Ollie, is this nice little tablet. Joy-Cons on the side. Click, click. They can come on, off. They can be little motion controls. Even tabletop mode. And Ollie, last week, well, actually a couple of weeks ago now, Nintendo Switch OLED came out. And that's with a much more beautiful screen, a bit bigger, 7 inches, Ollie. Fantastic. It's got a kickstand on the back. You can kick it back on the table. You can play some unreal games. Personally, for me, I enjoyed Tetris Effect very much in tabletop mode. Fantastic stuff. Would recommend that. But Bryce, actually, fucking Sora came out this week. I haven't even talked about Sora. But I guess we'll talk about that a bit later.
Yeah, my thoughts on Sora. He's strong.
He's a big boy.
He definitely feels like he did in Kingdom Hearts.
Strong.
He's a bit ridiculous. I don't know. It's at that point with Smash where I'm kind of just like, we do usually talk about every new character, but maybe it has ended at the right time, because now, like with Sora, I feel like my reaction was not as.
It's kind of like,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It
And
sort of
I
ended
think
up
as well, like every new character they bring out, that like not a single new character they brought out has felt underpowered. They've always been strong. I feel like they almost do it intentionally to draw attention to the new characters.
Probably, but I feel
I
like
mean, they might not, but like
trying to read.
The balancing is actually not too bad these days, but I just like with Sora, the problem is like, you know, you just
Yeah, I wouldn't say like unbalanced. I would say a lot of these characters though are kind of problematic in the way for like people that don't really play the game can just like find one attack that they can then spam, which wins them.
yeah, that's right.
That's what's the problem with the new characters.
Ollie has a question. He's got his hands up in his audio format. How are we going, Ollie? What's the question, mate?
I've decided a quick little one in here. A question for the three of you boys.
Yes, Ollie.
Me, who doesn't have anything but a DS anymore.
Nintendo DS, a great system.
And a
Yes.
massive chest hickey. Continue.
Say if I was going to go out tomorrow, with about my level of skills of games in any general, I was going to go straight into the Nintendo
Ecosystem. Yes.
Because let's just face it, I like Nintendo.
Quickly want to say, now I thought the first time
You're
you
not
said
gonna
it,
ruin
you
this
just
for me.
said it wrong. But no, you're actually saying Nintendo instead of Nintendo.
Yeah, I also say Samage, so
That's fair. All right, continue.
Fair cop. Let's go.
I don't speak good. So if I was to go out like, right now, if I was to buy something to start playing games again, what would be your suggestion for both console and game?
Okay, well,
That's actually good.
Nintendo's terrible, so get a PlayStation. No, I'm joking.
What's this called? I like we're all three of us are going to say the Switch, but
Yeah,
we're going to have
Nintendo.
very different picks for the games. I think.
As for console, I think.
Yeah, so you say Switch, but then you were just talking there was a new
yeah.
Switch. It's still Switch.
Yeah.
It's just a better screen.
Are you
Just a better screen.
ever going to play it on the TV?
And no, we've got one TV and my wife likes to watch.
Right.
watch
that-
it.
okay.
Handheld, you go the OLED.
So basically, either you want a Switch Lite, which is the cheap way to go, or you want the OLED, which is the more expensive way.
Yep. So Nintendo.
What are we talking?
So Nintendo Switch Lite.
$300 for a Lite.
Nintendo Switch Lite is $330 for a brand. It's handheld only. It has no Joy-Con, so it's just a.
Would you do me a deal?
I mean, I'm not Nintendo,
We
so
don't work at EB Games.
I can't do you deal, mate. But basically, it's a solid unit. You can see the boxes behind you. That's the Nintendo Switch Lite, that yellow one right there.
Yeah, and the one below it is the Pokemon one.
So there's a
Which
Switch.
has the normal colours of the Pokemon on it.
Oh my god!
Fuck.
It's taking us back to the news story there. Normal colors of the Zamazenta and Zacian.
Yeah.
So that's the Switch Lite, and the Nintendo Switch is basically a tablet that goes into a dock. It can be displayed on the TV. You have Joy-Cons that come off as controllers. You can clip them into a little a grip that becomes the controller.
Have you got the OLED one?
I do have the OLED Nintendo Switch.
OLED.
These are
OLED.
these are Joy-Cons.
Those are Joy-Cons. They are for the sides of the controllers there, Ollie.
Yes.
So how do you pronounce it again? One more time.
Joy-Con.
No, the other part.
OLED.
OLED.
OLED. That represents the screen, the technology used in the screen. So
I remember.
it's deep
Gonna buy
blacks,
another TV and
vibrant
tell me
whites.
about it.
Yes. Beautiful system. It really is. Ash is going for a toilet break. Go for it, mate. So
It's very different, isn't it?
Shit, I can hear my own voice.
sensory.
This is a bad idea.
But yeah, so basically, if you don't really care about having a big fucking fancy screen, you
the OLED.
you just buy a light. They're cheaper. You usually find them for anywhere between $300 to $330.
Can you take the thingy-majigs off the end?
No, you can't. But Nintendo Switch, so the model that came out 2017 has been revised in the recent year for a better battery and a better processor. It comes to about it's 480, but if you want a better screen, that now becomes 530. So you got to sort of decide. I think it's actually 530. So it depends on the screen. I would say the new screen is a lot better, but as far as games go, so games is really what you want to look at, Ollie.
Yeah.
And I would say Mario Kart. You enjoy Mario Kart.
Oh, love it.
Would you want to play Would you want to play Smash Brothers again?
Oh, I love Kirby. It'd have to
Oh, you love Kirby? Well, I'll make you buy a Smash Brothers anyway. So there's some Pokemon games on Nintendo Switch. There's Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. They're just they're remakes of the very first Pokemon games with a bit different catchy mechanic from from Pokemon Go on the mobile.
No, I play.
So you just
Pokemon Go.
throw the Pokeball at the Pokemon. It's pretty basic. There's Pokemon Sword and Shield, which are more open Pokemon games. Very
When you say more open, what the hell do you mean by that?
well. There's an area in the game called the Wild Area where you can explore, you can catch
definitely
Pokemon.
have these back.
So Ollie is not used to using headphones while podcasting.
Audio sensory.
See, I'm actually really used to hearing my own voice
Yeah, me
while
too.
podcasting. I hate it. I hate my voice, but while I'm talking, it's not so bad.
Real quick. So I saw like a funny little fact. You know how when you
Oh,
do...
fuck yeah. I love funny little facts.
You know
I'm
when
all
you-
about funny
You know
little
when
facts.
you do hear a recording of your own voice and you go, wow, that's awful, I don't sound like that. It is exactly how you sound.
You're not wrong.
In your mind, your voice sounds
I
deeper.
actually know why this is as well.
It sounds deeper in your own head because, of course, it's conducting through your bones.
Through your bones. You hear it through your bones.
You hear all the deeper notes more than the high pitched notes because high pitched notes don't conduct through your bones.
Yeah, you hear the bass way more. It literally,
Yeah.
it's going to sound like I'm quoting Megan Trainor or something, but you actually you hear the bass way more than you hear the treble. Because the treble's a higher pitch and it doesn't vibrate as far through your bones because your bones are thick. That's
Yeah.
just like...
Yeah, so to yourself, it's like, oh yeah, my voice is such a nice, deep, throaty voice. And then you hear a recording and it's like, g'day, mate, how are ya?
I feel like as well,
I
I
sound
don't
like
think
a
I've
tool.
ever encountered a person as well that has said that they like their voice recorded back. Because I hate hearing my own voice. I don't listen to any of the podcasts I do because I don't want to hear myself talk.
I'm pretty sure every single influencer reckons they sound good.
Nah, definitely not.
No, they literally all hate it.
That's the thing is like, especially when audio is your main focus, you're like, do I actually sound all right at the end of it? And you know, with Drew when we started this out and stuff like that, you know, we had guests on and stuff like that, and he was like really self-conscious about sort of like how well he pronounced things, or you know, like sometimes he'll read something
Sandwich.
like sandwich. That's right.
Or
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Nintendo. Yeah, it's like Nutella and Nintendo. Yeah, Nintendo.
How do you say Nutella?
Nutella.
None teller.
Nutella.
This is buddy. When you name a dog, had a mate had a dog and he's like, oh, what's its name? Oh, Nanya.
Nanya.
Nanya business.
Nanya fucking business.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Alright, should we move on to the next news article?
Yeah.
Well-
my bad. But thick and
You can read it from there. can't you?
Yeah, that's
in
right.
short of the whole thing was basically switches a go. Switches a go at the moment. Like there is no other console than Switch when it comes to Nintendo.
Yes, that's correct. Basically, the way things
And Mario Kart's just a thick and thin bloody. It's a good old.
Well,
all rounder. Yeah.
Mario-
Mario Kart
trusty.
comes with most Switches you'll buy these days, so
Yeah.
you almost can't not own it if you have a Switch.
That's right. Yeah. So basically, the way to look at it now is that it seems that you used to have like let's say back in the day, you used to have the Wii and you used to have the DS, right? Now it's more like they've combined the two, and that is just the one thing now. Right? We were going to bring up the next news story, but yeah, your computer's
I'm not in
locked.
marketing, but honestly, wouldn't you?
No, because the thing is that like at the end of the day, you've got a very split audience. There are some people that just want the portable thing, and there are some people that want both. But it doesn't really do as well at the end of the day, like it seems.
Yeah, the Switch is their most successful console since the SNES, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, go again.
Switch, the Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Switch,
The Nintendo
is their most successful video game console since the Super Nintendo Entertainment.
It's like a fucking JRPG move. The Nintendo. I will end you in your seed.
And as everyone can notice, Drew is back, and I know because I'm playing footsie with him again.
Oh, that's you. I thought it was Bryce.
It was me earlier.
Oh God. Oh, what a podcast.
It's a little table.
Open your thing. I'll read the next news article.
All right, go for it, my friend.
Nintendo announces Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp will now launch in spring 2022.
I didn't know this.
What was that?
It was Toad, wasn't it?
Nintendo of America has announced this afternoon that the long-awaited reboot of Advance Wars 1+2, which was originally due to launch on the Nintendo Switch in December, will now come to the console in spring 2022. The company says Advance Wars 1+2 reboot camp needs a bit more time in the oven for fine-tuning and presumably they will share a new release date in the near future. That means that the big two Christmas games for Nintendo Switch will be Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Not that it was ever going to compete anyway. I don't know why you wrote that, Sicker, but good job, man.
I'm just going to go out.
Going to.
I'm just going out on a limb and say you're definitely not dyslexic. You read that beautifully, mate.
I don't know, man. I can be pretty dyslexic, trust me.
Fuck, I'm dyslexic because anyone that listens to this show knows I'm dyslexic as fuck.
The thing is, some days I'll be great, but then other days I'll be like, yeah, that's all, folks.
But just quickly, I think going off of the reactions that we had in the room, I'm the only one that's a really big Advance Wars fan.
Yeah, I've never played it.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah,
I love Advance
But
Wars.
you'd be kidding yourself if it compares to sales in Pokemon. Like that was never.
No, I don't think it will.
That's why when I said that at the end of the article, I'm like, not that it was going to compare anyway. I wouldn't call it.
Advance Wars is kind of like it's kind. Okay, so easiest way to explain this is it's like a modern, like it's modern day, so it's like people with guns, Age of Empires, except it's turn based.
Yeah. Well, I would explain it like this, Ash.
You sunk my battleship.
So it was a series that came out on Game Boy Advance, hence the Advance Wars name. It's like, imagine like a grid. It's grid based. You're playing as an army, and once you get close to an enemy, it becomes like a turn based game. So you sort of decide what moves you're going to use to take down the other army.
Oh, and when you say turn-based game, that's like Pokemon when you fight.
Yeah, so
That's exactly what it is.
Alright, copy. Because a lot of what you just used meant nothing to me.
yeah.
This is fun.
So like, I didn't play Advance Wars on the Game Boy Advance, but Ash, did you play it on the Game Boy Advance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I played so much Advance Wars back in the day. This is the game out of every game that's coming out. I'm more excited for this than I am for the new Pokemon game.
Yeah, fair enough.
Arceus, yeah.
Oh no, Shining.
Do you do much
Brilliant
Pokemon
Pearl.
monsters?
No, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl.
I'm nowhere near as into Pokemon as Drew and Bryce, but I am still very into it. I do really like Pokemon.
Yeah. So you remember Diamond and Pearl on DS, Ollie?
Oh, loved it, mate.
Yeah, so they're remaking those games for Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, get in. I remember I had I started off with the chimp one.
Yeah, Chimchar.
Chimchar, that's right. That's
loved
correct.
him.
Yeah.
But I did notice something, like, I didn't play it anywhere near as strategical as Drew ever did. So whenever we versed, I was always hammered. Because I remember Drew was a classic. Now I don't
Just
know.
such a drunk Ollie at like 10, like a 10-year-old.
He,
Like,
I can see Drew as well as like not pulling any punches. He sees that his opponent is weak and he takes it.
Fuck you, Ollie.
I remember watching Drew play. We're playing at the same time, and of course, and he's going through and he saves the game just before he gets a Pokemon. Checks it's like
It's IVs, EVs.
That's right,
and all of that, and it's like, oh, I hate it. And
Yeah,
it
see, I've
turns the game off.
And you're just like, what the fuck are you doing, man? You
I-
got it.
I-
It's fun.
I'm gonna catch it again.
I've never done EV/IV training. I literally, like, my team of Pokemon is just built out of Pokemon that I personally like. There's no.
Yeah, if they
I don't
look
even
cool-
bother with the stats. Usually.
If they look cool, they are cool in my opinion.
Yeah, that's how I go.
I'd like to say that I don't, but these days, if I look at it, I'm just like, man, I want to keep this Pokemon forever and never lose it ever again, and I just want it to be in its best personal best. So that's what I end up doing, right?
Well, my Infernape was like.
Oh, you remember it? You're fuck, Ollie. Nice.
That
Clap
was,
for
that
Ollie.
was its end, wasn't it? That was
Yes,
the last
that
one.
is correct.
So my Infernape, like, my six Pokemon was a level 85 Infernape, and the next closest was like 50. I was terrible. I had that stupidly strong Pokemon because it was, it'd be level 80 when, of course, all your gym trainers are only up to say 60.
Yeah.
Everything else is so far behind, and then I'd be like, oh, look at me, I'm unstoppable.
Hey,
Water gym.
Yeah, you'd run into a brick wall.
I think you did an episode a correct me if I'm wrong, it might have been on Encore actually, where you ranked your top 20 favourite Pokemon.
I did, yeah.
I refresh my memory. What was your number
Oh,
one?
that was a long time ago, Ash. Don't make me refresh him.
Well, just straight off the bat, and hopefully people don't go back and listen and go, you were lying.
So, the House of Mario Encore, it's a different podcast feed. Go and subscribe to it and find out there.
That's right.
I can't remember. It was a while ago.
So speaking of Pokemon, we'll move on to the next one, and we'll power through the rest of these stories as quick as possible. Pokemon Go, November Community Day features Shinx. So the official Pokemon Go blog has announced that November's Community Day will take place on Sunday, the 21st of November 2021 from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time. The featured Pokemon for the Pokemon Community Day will be Shinx, and you might be able to grab a shiny one. Evolve Luxio, and you can get a Luxray that knows the charge attack Psychic Fangs, and the special research story will be titled Flash, Spark, and Gleam. The event bonuses are as follows: 1 quarter hatch distance when eggs are placed in incubator during the event period.
Boring one.
Yeah. Incense activated during the event will last for 3 hours. Lure modules activated during the event will last 3 hours, and take a few snapshots during Community Day for a surprise. The special bonuses are as follows: 3 times transfer candy, 4 times chance earning candy XL when transferring Pokemon. So, anybody that loves Shinx, there you go. It's right there.
I love Shinx, bros. I'll be catching these all over town. I'll be there in the skate park doing bloody hips and hops and bloody jumping, backflipping. I'll be catching
On your
bloody
acro
Shinx.
bike.
On my acro bike, my
Somebody
macro
saying
bike.
I'll be doing hips and hops is like when your granddad tries to tell you he likes hip hop.
You're in a hips, a hops, a hippie, hip hop, and you don't stop the rocket to the bang bang.
So I'm looking forward to Shinx. It's kind of annoying because the last Community Day was only like 2 weeks or something after the last one, so the gap between this is really long.
Distance makes a heart grow fonder.
And LDR.
But I am going to ask, because this is fun, just asking Ollie. Did you play Pokemon Go at all, mate?
Oh, I've always had a phone that likes to die just by sending a text message. So
Pokemon Go was not on the radar,
I'm
right,
gonna
mate?
say it was not on the radar. I did, at the time when it first started kicking off, I worked with a bloke that was right into it. And of course, I didn't live in town where I was working at the time. And I used to go to his house for lunch, and of course we'd detour to catch Pokemon. And I got into it. Yeah, I was pretty mad cool at putting spin on the ball.
Oh,
It was fucking dope.
You were surfing that Pokeball up with a ping pong.
you were just fucking like bowling that ball with a spin up.
Fuck yeah.
Into the wicket. It's a good
You
one.
were Shane warning that shit.
Look at me, I'm Ash Ketchum.
It was definitely the flipper. But anyway, yeah. No, I don't play Pokemon Go.
All right, Bryce, should I take the next news story? It's another Pokemon one, or would you like to read it?
You could take the next one, and then I'll take more later if you like.
No worries. So,
See how your dyslexia goes. Let's go.
the Pokemon Company reveals Hisuian Zorua and Hisuian Zorua in Pokemon Legends Arceus. The Pokemon Company has posted a new video on their Twitter account unveiling the mysterious footage, which was uploaded on social media platforms the other day. The video footage has thankfully been restored by the mighty Professor Oak and shows off Hisuian Zorua and Hisuian Zoroark. Pokemon Legends Arceus is due to be released on Nintendo Switch platform the 28th of January 2022.
Oh, you gotta wait so long.
So, guys, a brand new trailer came out for Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's basically like...
Really?
Bryce, sorry, I'm trying to do that fucking cheek around here, mate.
In the Pokemon world, what are we up to? Like, I'm a bit backdated here.
We're literally remaking the last game you played.
Do Pokemon still follow you around while you walk around?
They didn't, then they did.
Then they did it again, and now they did again. Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah.
they follow you.
Yeah.
Now, in what perspective are you looking at your player while you play?
Depends on what one you play.
So, Pokemon Legends Arceus, this is a big step for Game Freak, the developer of the Pokemon games. They are bringing us a semi-open world Pokemon game. a few weeks ago it came out that there are only areas that you can explore. You can't just explore the whole region itself. But in this game, you can explore from a third-person perspective. You can go and catch Pokemon by throwing balls instead of the classic battle sort of scenario you find yourself in. But you can also do that as well, which is pretty cool. I think Pokemon fans are really looking forward to this. Myself, I'm really looking forward to this as well.
Comes out the same week as your baby.
It comes out very soon to my due date for my little boy. So we'll see how it goes.
I'm sorry, little boy. I'll be busy.
Which one will be neglected?
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be the Pokemon game, unfortunately. But
unfortunately,
I 100% expected you to say, I think it's going to be the child.
No, it's like literally like the baby comes along. You're like, oh, it's like this is the proudest moment in my life, and then it's like everything sort of just like stops for a second. Or the whole background goes grayscale. He looks in the corner and he sees the copy of the game just sitting in the chair, and it goes, "And I will always love you."
I think it's like the child is born and Drew's like, this is the proudest moment of my life, and then the camera pans around and he's just on his Switch playing Pokemon.
So what we're getting at is you're definitely going to name your boy after the first Pokemon you catch.
Yeah, that's right.
it'll be named Zoroark. So in this trailer, basically,
Zoroark.
this region, the Hisui region, is an ancient version of the Sinnoh region, which was featured in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
So cavemen.
Kind of. It's like it's the first tribe that arrived at the Sinnoh region, basically, and evolved it into what it is.
I think like Edo, Japan, like samurai times.
Yeah. So it's it's a pretty cool concept. And there's this trailer. There's this explorer who was exploring, finding new Pokemon, just examining what's going on. But the footage was just really bad looking. You couldn't make out what was going on. But then they released the restored version, which you can see what's going on. And there's Snorunt. There's basically this ice Pokemon, which is jumping around. But there's this brand new form of Zorua, which is a Generation 5 Pokemon, which was a dark type originally. But now it's a normal ghost Pokemon, which is pretty cool.
Typing, yeah.
Yeah, different typing. So it's a Hisuian form of an old Pokemon, which is very popular. And I don't know why Ash is laughing so much.
Just look at his face trying to take in this information. He's like, I got no idea what the fuck you're saying, Magic Man.
I don't know how many times I have to re-reference this meme, but the meme of that woman just like looking back and forth and all the math stuff was flying around her head. It's like, that's exactly what it is in his head every time we have a conversation.
Like I get it. I do. I've put plenty of hours into Pokemon, and I've put even more hours into looking at Drew do it over his shoulder. He may not have known I was there.
That's true.
And that was the night. No, I'm not going to say that actually.
And that was the night I fell in love. Anyway.
So let's move on to the next news story. So
Yeah.
Bryce, take it away. This
Sure.
is all about Sora in Smash Ultimate.
Sure. Masahiro Sakurai reveals how Sora came to be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is a huge thing. Jesus Christ, what are you doing, sir?
He's trying to do some helium.
Okay. Anyway, in recently translated Famitsu column, Super Smash Bros. Creator Masahiro Sakurai reveals how the highly requested Sora from the Kingdom Hearts franchise came to be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. As we already know, Sora was the most requested new character in the fighter ballot. However, Mr. Sakurai thought it was going to be near impossible to get Disney to agree to feature the lovable character in Super Smash Bros. Mr. Sakurai said the key chance came when it was invited to a certain awards venue where he was given the chance to meet with a Disney representative. Sakurai thought it would be hard work to get the representation to agree to feature Sora in Smash. But the representative thought that it would be great if Sora could become part of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate roster. While the representative gave the okay for Sora in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Sakurai knew that the higher-ups in the corporation might be averse to the decision, so it then turned into a long and thoughtful discussion between the managers at Nintendo, Disney, Square Enix. And naturally, he was eventually given the go-ahead to include Sora in Fighters Pass 2. Sakurai also mentioned in the column that they had originally decided the Fighters Pass 2 would feature 5 fighters like the original Fighter Pass. The lineup had been decided, but because they had all agreed that Sora should feature and that he was given the go-ahead by all involved, they increased the number of fighters in Fighter Pass 2. Sora's development was heavily supervised by both Disney and Square Enix. What a fucking surprise, by the way. Meaning that there was a lot of hurdles to this inclusion into the game and numerous guidelines to follow. Sora is available right now in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. What are you doing?
Finish.
Finished, mate.
It is finished, sir. That is the whole article.
So what do you think about that, Ollie?
I just want to make it known that I can't read like you can.
Can't read like you can.
It's all right, little Timmy. Well, that's what reading lessons are for. And
Got some helium here.
Stop making me lose my train of thought. You've wasted my helium. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to pee.
the last man is standing who has not needed to pee.
Do you need to pee anytime soon?
Fuck no.
We've been drinking all day.
That's only the second time I've had to pee during a podcast.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah.
You managed to do it pretty sneakily as well, because I remember
I don't
the
think
first time you did it, it was like local news.
I don't think I've ever peed during a podcast, actually. No,
I don't think you have. I think you just sold the seat. You just stayed there.
Yeah, good point. So I mean, this is ultimately, literally, figuratively, not a surprise at all. When the announcement happened for Sora, I was like, funny that the only thing that is included that is Disney-esque in this entire thing is a fucking keychain on the Keyblade. Disney is super, super protective of their properties. Everybody knew it was going to come down to Disney saying yes or no.
Yeah, it was one of those things where you see like everybody talks about like they wanted Sora in Smash Bros. And it was like, oh, it won't happen because there's too many parties involved.
Yeah, that's
and when
right.
it does, it did happen, and they say that the reason it took so long was because of all of the parties involved.
And it
he was Disney.
He basically just said
that's what it would be.
He basically just said if there was not a representative for Disney at a certain event, then it would have never have happened. Like that was the rare occasional chance that it was on. And now, Disney's got the main reason Disney did it, I can 100% tell, is because now they've got their name at that little bottom sheet of all these companies that are involved with Smash Bros. Now, and they're like, Disney right at the end. They're like, perfect. There's a lot of people that we could drag in like that.
They do love having their names on things.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It gives them more of a legal standing over everything. So yes, and this is pretty much what I expected. I didn't really. I imagined that they didn't really wanted to go too far out of their way just to get them in there. Because Nintendo themselves are also a very stubborn company, so they would have
been at odds many times.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. So you know what? Yeah, it's pretty much what I expected. I didn't think it was going to go anywhere.
It's like even during the Smash Brothers, Direct. It's not called the Smash Brothers Direct, but when they announced Sora, it was really interesting that Iwata actually said, even though Sora won the ballot, like don't worry about it. Like, it's going to be too much loopholes to walk through. But like Sakurai actually come in and said, you know what? I want to make this happen for him.
Yeah.
Considering how big a task it is, because it's massive compared to the other characters. Like going to like Koei, was it Koei Tecmo for King of Fighters? Yeah, it's like that's pretty simple. He goes, can we put this guy in the game? They go, we'd love that, because King of Fighters is pretty niche compared to Smash Brothers. That'll be a great representation.
Yeah.
But as far as Disney goes, all right, Disney would love one of your characters. Then there's like the other big characters, Mickey Mouse, Donald, Goofy, that come along with that. That is like a thing that was massive, and obviously it's a bit too big because it didn't happen. But it's just like phenomenal that it actually happened. So I think like a lot of people are just like kind of recognize that, because even like with Square Enix, just like, oh wow, Cloud, that is massive. It's mainly a character that's associated with PlayStation. So the fact that it's in a Nintendo-based fighter, that's massive. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is something else, and I think it's just a great final character. It's a great story as well behind it. That like it's just kind of like, all good things happen at a party, but it seems like who are you? It's like
unless it's hosted by Blizzard.
Yeah, well, yes. Nothing good happens there, apparently. Well, something good might happen, but you know what it's like. All the bad things come out in the public. But anyway, this fucking Ash. Why do you bring up Blizzard when I'm talking about something good here? Fuck you.
All right.
Why are you bringing up Blizzard when I'm talking about something good.
Yeah, fuck Blizzard. Fuck them off. I don't care.
He's had enough conversation about Blizzard in one podcast.
I think I have. Fuck Blizzard. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're cunts.
Before it all went down,
Go rename all the
was
characters
Blizzard
to
something
something else.
that you even cared about.
No.
Only if it was a snowstorm.
Have you ever been in a snowstorm?
No.
I haven't either.
I have. They're not actually that much fun.
Can't say I've ever been in snowy weather.
Yeah, blizzards suck.
Oh, they're flat out.
Can't even get to work. You're like, oh god, I can't even see. The roads are slippery.
When you do get to work, you're sexually harassed. Jesus.
Fucking Christ. Oh my god. Out of Crack and Furfies, the House of Mario, all the shit we do.
I never thought this would be the podcast that got cancelled.
This is the one which is just like, what the fuck are we listening to? All right, Bryce, last one. Let's talk about Life is Strange.
All right, you want me to read it?
Please.
Life is Strange True Colors is coming to Nintendo Switch in early December. So this is pretty big. For what it's worth. The third main entry in Life is Strange series, Life is Strange 2 True Colors, was revealed to be coming to Switch during Nintendo's E3 2021 Direct. But then in August, the port was indefinitely delayed. Having already launched on other platforms on the 10th of September, Switch owners have been left wondering when they'll finally get their hands on the narrative adventure game. Fortunately,
Unfortunately, it will come.
Fortunately, it seems like we don't have much longer to wait, as developer Deck 9 Games and publisher Square Enix have announced the Switch version of Life is Strange True Colors will be available digitally on the Nintendo eShop starting in early December. There is still no word on release date for the physical copy, but hopefully it will be somewhat shortly after. We'll let you know as soon as the exact date is given. In case you missed it, Life is Strange Remastered Collection was delayed for all platforms until early 2022. So, cool, it's there.
Life is Strange, the Remastered Collection, I definitely recommend you get that. If you've only got a Switch and you haven't played it, definitely go and get the Remastered Collection. I love Life is Strange.
Life is Strange is a game that I think it slipped under the radar for me. I only know...
Yeah, it's pretty strange.
Fucking Jesus.
I only know about that game more recently. I didn't really know it when it first came out. And I know that you, Drew, really like it. And I know that a good friend of ours, Seamus Mullins, loved it. I mean, he wrote a piece that was published on IGN about one of the characters.
Yes. Yeah.
From Life is Strange. And yeah, that game just slips completely under the radar for me. I've never played it.
Yep. Well,
Me too.
So, is that on Xbox, the original one?
It could be on 3DS, right?
No, they ported Doki Doki Literature Club to 3DS, so I think you'll have a shot.
did they actually? Did they?
A fan did, yeah.
Oh, fan did. Okay.
Yeah, you have to mod to get it in there. Yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah,
That say
definitely
what?
exists. I have it on my 3DS.
Do you?
My
Right.
3DS is ripped apart, so I could probably get it on there.
You're just like,
That
you're
is
just like,
abusive.
you just like take your hard drive. You're like,
Yeah.
bang, bang.
With a hammer, just get in there!
Yeah. Because the most recent platform you've had was literally Nintendo DS Lite. Is that literally the last one you've had?
3DS.
Oh, you had the 3DS.
I had a 3DS. I got the migraines and all.
Did you know they stopped making the games in 3D because people didn't like it?
Yeah, literally nobody fell into it.
Honestly, I think mine spent more time not on 3D.
Yeah,
No,
I think that's the same with
you had the
everybody.
slidey
I
bit.
don't think anybody spent more time in 3D than not
I
3D.
actually, for me with the 3DS, just like on 3DS XL, there's like a click between on and off. And I always
Yeah,
put it.
I had that, yeah.
I always put it down to the lowest possibly amount of 3D,
Nah, I just didn't fucking have it on. Fuck
and
that.
'cause it actually made the picture look clearer, and actually gave like a tiny bit of depth. And I actually really liked it.
I would turn it on.
I really
time
liked
to
it.
time. I did really like it on certain games, and I would have it on. I could only have it on though for not a long period of time, or it did make my eyes sore.
Look, you motherfuckers don't have glasses. I have glasses. I fucking hated the 3D. I'd hate to fucking see what your eyes are like when you're fucking 60. How's Billy Boy's eyesight?
Not good.
Yeah, exactly. So
Awful.
you better be fucking worried.
Yeah, my dad, he takes off his glasses and he just squints like, oh, what's so much sun? I'm like, dude, it's like nighttime.
I really
Your eyes are gonna be worse than mine.
3DS.
Yeah,
on
I know.
3DS, I loved, you know how when you actually bought it, you got the RA games, whatever they're
AR,
called.
yeah.
AR
yeah.
games.
RAA games.
The RA10 games.
Guys, my car's fucked.
The RAA.
I mean, you could hold it onto your face, right? You got
I just
speakers
need a
here,
jump
microphone
start.
here. Hey, guys.
You know when you bought the 3DS and they gave you the Royal Adelaide Air Force games?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, it's great. Anyway, sorry, Ollie.
Just mean. Look, I'm trying to fit in here. I loved them on 3D, and that was probably.
Oh yeah, they were cool. Yeah, they were cool, especially for the time. Like it was the cheapest way to experience something like that, like without any questionable doubt.
Yeah, other than going outside or something.
That's right. Yeah, where you can touch. Yeah, going outside. Going outside where you can truly touch Kirby.
Ollie, fuck outside. Nintendo 3DS inside, complete darkness. Yeah. Just like, don't even worry about social life. You're playing 3D World. You're enjoying life.
You can't crash a car if you're in your room.
Maybe that's what you needed.
What,
Maybe.
Are you arguing for or against? I don't know anymore.
We'll let the viewers work that out.
Oh, fuck me, man.
All listeners, if you're not watching.
Are you buying the new
It's
Nintendo
mainly,
Switch or
it's
what?
mainly listeners. Mainly
Not many
listeners.
people let them look at me ugly face.
Listeners, Ollie's got a beautiful face. He's got a well-groomed beard. He's got nice curly hair, shaved on the side. Ollie, you're full of shit, mate. You're a good-looking bloke. All right.
I mean, I'd fuck you.
I'm the fucking ugliest bloke here. Don't even fucking come to me on that. I know that shit.
I mean,
I paid Drew for
Bryce.
that review.
Bryce is also a good-looking boy. Don't
I am
worry.
not. Fuck off.
There's a boy.
Bryce,
I think
I love you so much, mate.
I think we just have
We're having two conversations here.
We just have a very good looking panel at the moment.
Oh, great-looking panel. Great-looking panel.
Bloody David Beckham. No, Calvin Klein. That's it. That Calvin Klein. They were on the phone to us before asking the model. So.
Yeah, I've just got tradie underwear on, but I'll take that.
Yeah, I just have tradie too. If anyone wants to sponsor us, I love free shit.
Guys, don't you love it when you go to Kmart and you get a nice fucking big bag of underwear, like out of the fucking...
His first option was David Beckham. It was just, David Beckham was just on the phone to us, be like, "Yeah, you boys need a model."
Boys, it's me, renowned clothing guy, David Beckham.
He has his own clothing line, doesn't he?
Doesn't play football, just clothing model.
Oh, no, that's right. He has his own smell. Bloody...
His own smell.
He has a spritzer.
Oh my god!
A spritzer.
He has his own smell.
A spritzer. Fuck. Oh, fuck. You know.
Yeah, I know what you mean, like a clone. Is that what you're talking about?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, but his own smell...
Hello, David Beckham.
David Beckham has his own smell, yeah?
Here at David Beckham
and I
Industries...
want you boys to come and model for me. Yeah.
Here at David Beckham Industries, you literally get the sweat off Beckham himself, yeah. We get the bottle and we just put her right under the pit, mate, and she's good. She's golden.
Has anyone watched Peaky Blinders?
Yes.
That's
Peaky
where you-
Blinders.
That's where you get the perfect UK accent.
Oh, shit, yeah. Well, not UK accent, but like derelict London. Yeah.
Cockney.
Yeah, derelict London Cockney was like Peaky Blinders.
Don't you know? who
Don't
the
you
fuck
fuck with
I
the
am?
Peaky
You know,
Blinders.
like crazy how small the UK is, but how many different accents
Oh,
it
fuck,
produces. 'Cause
yeah.
It's like the only really like noticeably different accent between Australians is
Oh, fuck yeah.
the more north you get, the more bogan it sounds, but there's nothing in between. Like
No,
everything
no.
just sounds Australian.
Yeah, that's right.
Then you go like in the UK, like in England, you would travel like 20
Across the other side of a city.
Yeah, you go like 20 kilometers and
Yeah, you got
suddenly people sound
South. You got
different.
South Londoners that sound completely different to the North, and it's.
Bakey.
But
Bakey.
you get the Welsh.
It's like-
the Welsh is kind of just like.
Dear, have you seen the Peaky
Welsh
Blinders?
are too busy
To-
with their shit.
Have you seen the Peaky Blinders?
Do you ever find yourself in
Oh,
situations
Michael
where you really enjoy the Australian accent? Like,
You know, I've actually had this conversation recently where, like, I feel like when I hear Australians on TV, I feel like because you're so used to only hearing British and American people on TV, you hear Australians on TV, you're like, surely we don't sound like that.
yeah,
I
because
feel like if I spoke to
My
that
friend
Australian
Peppa
person
Pig.
in person,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
Start
able to
a
tell
fun
that they had an
adventure.
accent. But when I hear it on TV, I'm like, no, we don't sound
Because
like that.
I was looking for Coldplay covers on YouTube, and this lady came up and she did an absolutely awesome cover. And then afterwards, she's like, "Hey guys, check out my YouTube channel, subscribe." I'm like, "You're Australian? That's awesome!" Like, just it's amazing how like she doesn't sound Australian when she's singing, but when it's just talking, it's like
Australian. I definitely get that with people when they're singing. It's Irish is one of the big ones. It's like you listen to people sing and then they start talking. Oh my god, you're Irish!
just like certain words.
Have you? Was that Peppa Pig?
Yeah, that is 100% Peppa Pig. I want to read that.
Have you seen old mate? I think it's Rory, someone on Facebook and all sorts that he does his Aussie Disney and Aussie Peppa Pig.
Yeah.
I haven't.
know.
I haven't. No.
Yeah,
My friend
I love it.
Peppa
Like
Pig.
it's Peppa Pig.
I love it.
And there are words in it that I was told probably not to use. But like it's just fantastic, you know. Like old mate commentating either Disney or Peppa Pig in Aussie accents and slang and stuff. But when he talks normally, he is a pommy.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Have
right.
you ever seen? I think everybody will know. Lucis Aussie bloke Alex Williams.
Of course, yes.
He does very very comedic like sports commentary. Oh man, this is so off topic, but just like
The whole fucking show is Ash.
he did this one.
Not
It
worry
was
about it.
actually, funnily enough, of the Premier League, so like the English football. And there was a guy who kicked like a really amazing goal where it curved right around.
He bent it like Beckham, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
It got in the top corner. The keeper was
My
like
man,
diving
Beckham.
for it. Keeper
smell.
was diving for it, but he missed it by heaps because it was just like the perfect shot.
Yeah.
And his commentary was like, "Oh my god, the keeper had a better chance at touching the sun than touching that ball."
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, he's so good in his commentary. He's very racist in his commentary, but
Oh, that's no good. I
No.
don't appreciate that. No, don't be racist, especially in football.
Racist.
Holy shit, there's lots of
Oh,
nationalities.
no. Okay, so he's not racist in the football commentary. It's the cricket commentary. He's not racist in
There's a lot of nationalities in that too.
That he hates people of other races is just like racist comedy,
Yeah, okay.
which a lot of people frown upon.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, don't be racist. It's all good.
No, being racist is inherently bad.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
All right, boys.
Blizzard might make you think otherwise.
Yeah, that's
but it
right.
is.
That's yeah. Blizzard, snowstorm.
Let's move on to the House of Mario Red
McFlurry.
Queen releases that have come out in the last week. We've got 3 releases that we want to highlight. So
Sure, yeah.
let's jump into the bloody thing with you. Let's get into it. So this week is My Friend Peppa Pig, which Bryce
My friend Peppa
is really
Pig.
keen to read. So I'll hold it here, Bryce. You,
All right.
you read it, mate.
It's me, Michael Caine. My friend Peppa Pig is on Nintendo Switch this week. I recommended it to Master Wayne. Start a fun-filled adventure with Peppa Pig. Create your style, meet favourite characters, and play in Peppa's world. It's just like being in the TV show Master Wayne. Parental controls easily set a time limit in the settings. Peppa ends the game when play time is over.
Could you imagine just Peppa just like lights out, boy?
And
Build
then she just beats up Batman.
build your character. Choose and dress your avatar. You could be a bat, Mr. Wayne. Play with Peppa. Learn an adventure with your new friend. Explore her world. Visit the beach, the forest, Potato City, and beyond. Maybe even Gotham, Mr. Wayne. Make friends, Mr. Wayne. Your favourite Peppa Pig characters want to meet you. Get creative. Young players star in their own unique story, Mr. Wayne. Is this not perfect for you, Master Wayne?
You are weirdly good at a
Thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic, bros. Fantastic.
There you go.
Or should I say Master Wayne?
Master Wayne. No, I don't know where Master Wayne is. I just wanted him to know about the Peppa Pig game.
He is surely listening to the podcast.
It is English. It is English. Peppa Pig is English. We must support our own.
Peppa Pig.
So you can get that game for $60 on the Nintendo eShop.
Fucking expensive game.
Holy
but-
shit, that's a lot of money. Let's look at the screenshots here.
I'll be fair though, it actually looks like a decent production.
Yeah, that doesn't look
I
good.
won't lie. Like it actually looks like the cartoon, which is going to be stupid engaging for kids.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because they worked real hard on that cartoon.
Well, no, they don't. But the thing is, it's like you can find games that fucking look like they've had nothing done to them, but they're the most elating experiences ever for $60.
Like you said, yeah, $60, pretty expensive. But of course, that's because every little kid's got their parents by the balls,
Well,
so they're gonna get that game.
Absolutely.
Negative Nancy looks fun though. That's the next
It
one.
does. So I actually bought this game because it's made by an Australian developer, and it actually really made me laugh. The trailer for this on Twitter.
And what are you paying for that one?
So negative Nacy is $16.
Did you say negative Nazi?
Negative Nancy.
Negative Nancy.
Well, all right. Since I misspoke there after a couple of beers, Nazi, they are always negative.
I don't think there's such thing as a positive Nazi.
There's no such thing as a positive Nazi. No such. So negative Nancy. Holy shit! I've never had such a bad fucking misspeak in my life.
200 how many? 11 episodes? Fuck.
So
Negative Nazi.
the episode, I can't do it.
Mr. White.
I choose your no adventure for people who have had enough. An interactive sitcom where you can only say no or nothing at all.
Yeah.
Your choices control the story. You're a Nancy, a retail clerk who can only say no. You work a terrible job at the Mega Mart with your friend, but most of the time, that's at least with your problems. Annoying stream tubers, delusional bosses, and angry customers. If they want to take you on, they will have. I'm so fucked.
I've just pointed out how Drew looks really funny in the stream holding his computer the way he
I'm holding it like a fucking Game Boy.
I'm gonna be honest with you kids. If you drink half a bottle of Captain Morgan to yourself, it's gonna.
I've really got to pee again as well. So annoying,
as negative Nancy would say, no.
annoying stream tubes, disillusional bosses, and angry customers. If they
I'm
want to
gonna read
take
the
you
last
on, they'll have you get in line. Play as Nancy in a short game with 4 unique branching stories. Help Nancy express herself by navigating tense and decisive decisions. So I'm gonna fucking shut this off. I gotta pee so bad. But I bought this game because it looks really funny. Just you got some situations where you just like you press the B button for no, and that sort of branches where the story goes. So if someone's like, "Oh, I really want to fucking return this. This sucks," you can just be like,
No. Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you can just like leave it and it becomes something else.
That's Amazon's return policy.
Yes, exactly. It looks good though.
Actually, no, I have a fun anecdote for Amazon's return policy, weirdly enough. One of my very, very good friends from Perth, I feel like me talking about this... I feel like me talking about this publicly is going to get this loophole shut down, but he has this great loophole where he's always buying video games off of Amazon, and he will just finish them, like he'll buy them and complete them, and then he will return it. And one of Amazon's return policies is you can pick is this product didn't meet my expectations. And if you choose that one, they don't dispute it because they're like, it was you that decided it didn't meet the expectations. They also don't make you pay the return postage. They pay for it. So he buys games, finishes them, returns them, gets all of his money back, and he's just had that game for free.
To be fair, like Jeff Bezos doesn't need any more money, so
No,
why
he
not?
doesn't.
Why not? Right?
He wants another couple of penis rockets, doesn't he?
Another couple penis rocks would probably do Jeff Bezos. All right, so the last
Bit more length,
you missed
smaller knob.
the last game on the Red Coin the Red Coin releases, I guess, is Tandem: A Tale of Shadows. Tandem: A Tale of Shadows redefines the puzzle platformer genre with a unique top-down side-scroller gameplay and exceptional aesthetics. Tandem: A Tale of Shadows redefines blah 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 blah. Same thing again. Why? Okay. Help Emma and the teddy bear Fenton solve the mystery of the disappearance of the famous magician Thomas Kane. Not Michael, for anybody that was listening earlier.
Not Michael Caine.
Not Michael Caine. Award-winning Tandem: A Tale of Shadows features 5 beautiful Victorian worlds inspired by Tim.
Good old Tim, eh?
Fucking Tim.
You're a pisser, Tim. You're a pisser.
Your Bruce Strange brother, eh?
I knew exactly what was coming next, but I had to say it there because it ended there. Tim Burton, Jules Verne, Conan Doyle. Players have to carefully alternate between Emma's top-down view and Fenton's horizontal side-scroller view if they hope to escape these chiaroscuro dimensional lives. As the duo navigates past intelligent obstacles and menacing horrors, they uncover clues regarding Thomas's disappearance, the strange Kane family, and their place in this universe. Will Emma and Fenton escape the murderous manor filled with twists, turns, or has their fate already been sealed? And it...
Spoilers, it has been spilled. It has been.
It looks all right.
Oh, it looks dashing. It really looks dashing.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Looks all right. That's all I could see from the screenshots. I'm holding your MacBook like I'm fucking...
And how much is that one?
I'm holding your MacBook like a Leonard holds spaghetti.
$26.25 on Nintendo eShop is currently 30% off. If you miss the sale, it'll be $37.50.
So a lot of...
What a
games
rip-off,
now,
Master Wayne.
You just download them and play them, dude. You don't have a bloody...
Yeah, well, there's this thing called the internet, Ollie. You buy it through...
That's got nothing to do with the internet.
It's a digital transaction, and it just downloads straight to your system. It can be either the internal memory or an SD card, depending on what format you decide you want to download it to. And you can play it straight on your Nintendo Switch.
The original Xbox, except you don't need to put a disc in.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, you can still get the cartridges like you would on the DS, but
I hope so. I love them.
yeah. You know what?
This is nice to have the physical thing.
Here is the last fun fact for the podcast for Ollie. Ollie, did you know if you take a Nintendo Switch cartridge and you lick it,
I'm excited.
you will get a very foul taste in your mouth.
Let's get Ollie to lick a Switch cartridge, please.
Live licking of a Switch cartridge. Let's go.
I'll do it.
Drew is very excited tonight. He's definitely had enough
I mean,
Captain
honestly,
Morgan.
it's not the strangest thing I've leaked.
I mean, you did lick my scrotum earlier.
Oh, wow, Jesus.
We're LGBT, right?
So, Ollie, for context, a lot of people didn't realise this within the first couple of weeks, but then I guess somebody decided to lick a cartridge.
Has this one been
No, because the only cartridges that ever really got licked were Legend of Zelda cartridges, because
Why?
it came out at release.
Day one release.
It was day one release. So when people figured out these things had these coating on them that made them taste gross.
Is that just to stop kids swallowing?
Yes, that is exactly what it's for. Because they are somewhat smaller.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, here at the House of Mario, we have a nice copy of Animal Crossing New Horizons,
He's got to christen that cartridge.
which honestly has never been put in my Nintendo Switch because I played the digital version.
Yeah, this is perfect. So he's never touched this.
So you can get that digital version, the exact same as...
Of course, you can download it.
You don't have to buy the cartridge, yeah.
Yep, so we got a
So
copy of
Asics
Animal
too.
Crossing New Horizons.
Would you be able to download it with 20 gig of data a month that I got?
Yes, absolutely. Animal Crossing New Horizons is about 7 gig or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
I don't know. I fucking know. Ollie, Jesus Christ, don't ask me
Yeah,
this question.
see how it is. See how it is smaller than a DS cartridge.
So which part am I meant to lick?
So
The front part, not the back. You don't want to ruin the cartridge.
lick the top half, but isn't like the conductors and shit.
Yep.
So we're going to give Ollie here a copy of Animal Crossing New Horizons. Ollie is going to react to the taste of Animal Crossing New Horizons.
And that is a good way to end the podcast.
Real time.
It is. So Ollie, lick the back there. Tell us what it tastes. Give us a nice lick from top to bottom.
I'll give it a quick smell.
It doesn't
It doesn't smell. It only tastes.
It smells like a cold hand that's been held onto a beer.
Yeah,
That's your own hand. Yes.
that's right.
If I was to describe it, I'd probably just say moderately bad. Like, it's kind of just what you'd expect by licking random
Really?
shit, honestly.
Okay, some cartridges are definitely worse than others.
Somebody's
Ash.
thumbprint. Look at the thumbprint
give me
that's
the
come up.
same
Is that my thumbprint?
Give me the same cartridge.
COVID safe.
It will taste moderately
I am
like
going
beer.
to wipe.
Yeah, please.
I've just gotten out of Victoria, and this is how I'm spending my time.
So no, literally the very
Now it smells
first
like saliva.
the very first cartridge we licked the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild when it came out.
Yeah.
And it fucking made me like,
Yeah, it was absolutely
I
foul.
physically gagged the first time.
Can I have another go then? That was.
Lick the front in full.
oh, don't lick the sticker. Please don't lick the sticker. No, don't lick the sticker.
There's
Oh,
nothing left
don't
to lick.
Lick the back again.
lick. Yeah,
I'll
don't.
lick where it sits in the case.
I want my physical games. I don't want the sticker ruined.
I feel like if you try to sell this one day, somebody's gonna be like, I listened to your podcast.
Yeah, but I might be famous by then.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It won't be worth money.
When I'm in prison, everyone's heard of my bloody my court hearing for.
Ross is literally.
I couldn't hold it anymore. I had to
if
cough
you
that
lick-
one.
Actually, if you lick the side of it, it tastes worse.
The side.
Yeah, the sides of it.
So the
you just
coating,
lick
the
the side?
coating's not evenly distributed on that
yeah,
cartridge.
Ash, get us another a game card.
You can run that side.
It's in the cupboard. It'll
Don't
be.
sit in the water, you. Jesus
Oh, Ash.
Christ.
A copy of Animal Crossing New Horizons.
But he's never going to
Put it in the
play
water.
because he downloaded it digitally.
Just give it a while, put it back in the case, mate. Chuck it over here.
yeah.
Is that the top
I
there?
can suck the water off.
There's so many games in here. Where are they?
Try to pick an older one if you
The
can.
red ones, Ash, that are Switch games.
yeah.
Don't lick Xbox 360 games. You won't get any taste out of them. Actually, lick the original Halo and Xbox. You might get some fucking disease. God knows.
I will say, like, honestly, I really like that Nintendo has done that. That's a great idea.
that's
'Cause,
sealed.
I mean, I don't have kids. I have a niece. And I'm sure,
Older the better.
And I'm sure Bryce could probably confirm as well. Like, it is something
or
that is
shield?
probably needed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Physical
yeah,
media.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Shield, which
Yeah.
one?
Oh,
Shield.
I think Sword's still in Glad Wrap, so go Shield. Oh, Shield.
Oh, lick the Glad Wrap.
Shield's literally in my Switch at the moment.
Alright, there it is.
No, go one that's open. One that's,
That's open. What's that one?
is it? Yeah. Oh, well, give
is that
Pokemon
the-
Sword a lick.
Is that the one you're gonna get your shiny on?
Pokemon Sword.
Yeah. I like my Zacian, so that's Zacian.
All right, guys.
It's a
Here
scene.
for the live licking of a Pokemon that's
Where the fuck is that then? Where's my sword?
Just lick the case.
Where is my sword?
No, for real though. Where is my sword?
Oh fuck! Who would know?
Because I haven't taken it out. Because I
I'm
have
going
the
to try
digital.
one more, and if this doesn't work out, I think we just call it. Mario and Rabbits?
Give her a lick, mate.
That'd be good because that was like
I've got a little bit of
That's a very
taste
early-
left on
That's
my
a
That was early.
2017
that's-
release.
that's an early
earlier
release.
ones were definitely worse.
They would have put the
Yes.
chemical all over that bad. Oh,
oh no!
where is that? That's gone too. What's
One more.
because
You're one of these people that doesn't like to put shit away.
look as listeners might know.
That's got to be early.
No, he lost that a long time ago.
No, that's in a case. I've got them in a Switch case. A lot of these games.
Where is your Switch case?
Starlink, LA Noir?
See that gold case on top? That is that is where Sword should be. No, it's not there either.
Two in there, and they're both empty.
What about LA Noir? That should be in
How many
there.
games in this cupboard?
What about LA Noir?
Like noir.
I've never played that as a physical copy.
Ooh, there's a game in it.
All right, let's give LA Noir a lick. So this is a game from. This is actually an Australian-made game that was published by Rockstar Games.
And it's based in.
Can we just
In
can we
Sydney.
just put this into context that right now you're speaking of it, speaking as if like the location it is made, like developed, is going to affect the taste. Like,
Oh, yes.
this is like a fine vintage from France.
Oh, I'm getting hints of the backstreets of Melbourne.
Forest Floor.
No, they're made by Team Bondi, and Team Bondi is near Bondi Beach in Sydney.
Bondi hipsters.
Oh my god!
Oh, where'd he buy it? What's the Read us the receipt, mate.
Where did you buy it?
EB Games, what it looks.
He
No,
kept the
it's no
receipt.
Target.
Is
Target.
that tax reductible?
Absolutely not.
Tax reduction.
Yeah, I realised that was the stuff
Alright.
I was rolling with.
Was that Harry Potter?
I do not make a profit from the House of Mario. All right, licking time. What have we got here?
Yeah, it doesn't taste good.
Oh, Ash!
Oh, it's getting worse.
It does.
worse.
There it is.
Oh, I feel ripped off now. I want to go.
Can you lick the label on that one?
It's still getting worse.
There it is. There it is, everyone.
Oh my
No,
god.
I want to know whether he's just a wuss.
There he is.
Give me the card.
It's awful, isn't it? It's
After
awful.
like 10 seconds, it was still getting worse.
Lick the label.
Lick the label.
Honestly,
LA Noir.
It's LA Noir.
When I first licked it, I was like, that's not that bad.
Don't-
But after about 10 seconds, I was like, this
It's awful, isn't it? Breath of the Wild fucking
I
destroyed me
licked
when I
it.
licked
I
it.
licked it back.
I just feel like I'm actually just stronger than you.
Wait.
Yeah, no,
Wait.
I
It's probably not on the label. It might just be the plastic.
Lick the back. It's surely just...
Lick the back. Just lick.
swallow it.
yeah. Again, have you?
Oh,
Wait, it gets worse. It wasn't that bad when I first
I'm
licked it.
waiting.
my
But
God.
if-
Ollie is a true.
If I was
Man.
to if I was to describe it, like,
I'm leaving.
have you ever siphoned petrol out of a car?
Oh, well, fucking no wonder then.
Done that.
No fucking wonder then. You've destroyed your taste buds forever.
You're like, have you ever cut your tongue off?
Well, I don't know. Like it kind of tastes like a lot of dental tools.
All right, everybody. This has been fun.
Everybody. This has been episode 211 of the House of Mario. Thank you very much for sitting through an hour or 2 hours and a quarter through this show. This has been a fun show after my baby shower. I'm really excited to be a dad of a little boy.
I'm sorry I was here.
Ollie, it's been a joy having you. Absolutely fantastic. I love just the shenanigans and the, you know,
I've learned a lot.
yeah, just the insight of someone who isn't up to date with games. There's a lot of people out there who just like casually gaming, and I feel like you brought insight to people like that. That's fantastic.
It's a fast-moving world, and it's nice to sort of catch up without being judged.
Absolutely fucking it's bullshit, isn't it?
Wait, without being judged.
We judged you a lot, mate. It's all right. Ash,
like a lot of dental
it's been so fun having you on the show. Out of quarantine, out of Victoria, you're back in South Australia. Hope you enjoy sort of catching up with family and all that. Being on the show. How much we talked about Nintendo this week? Not much.
Not a great deal, no.
Not much, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's something that kept you company at work or on a bloody car drive somewhere. I don't know. Whatever you listen to the podcast. Maybe in your bedroom while you get dressed for a big event. I don't know.
Beautiful.
But Bryce, thank you very much for joining us as well. Have we gotten you in trouble? We're currently at 7:30.
I got to go home and cook dinner. Fucking.
He's got to go home.
Jesus Christ. All right.
So, yeah.
What are you cooking? Quick.
Ravioli.
Give me the Formula Ollie.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah.
Jumper with
Like I said, everyone, thank you so much. We had an absolute blast here talking about whatever the fuck we talked about. I don't know. I've had a few beers. I am not with it. This is usually recorded, just Bryce and I just say very serious Nintendo discussion. But not today.
Not today.
But until next time, guys, the doors to the House of Mario are closed. We'll catch you later.
Bye.
You just listened to The House of Mario, a South Australian Nintendo podcast. Be sure to follow the boys on Twitter, leave an Apple Podcasts review, and join the Discord server to be a part of the community. A big thank you to these legends who support the show on Patreon at the producer level: Alex Harding, Sam Hay, and DJ. If you would also like your name in the credits, head over to patreon.com/idruby and choose the tier that works for you. Until next time, we hope your day is 120 Power Star rated.
No countdown, so I don't know how long it goes for. We'll click another one, eh? No, we've got
Beautiful.
We've got a minute.
Oh,
got a minute.
The PSL will be onto this, boys.
Yeah, fucking PSL, they can fuck off.
What's PSL?
I would probably...
Don't explain what it is. Just what does PSL stand
The
for?
Pakistan Super League.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They copyright struck us.
Yeah. They were like...
3 times.
They're like, this may have contained footage from the Pakistan Super League. You have to review it. It's like, cool. I guess so. And it must have been one of these transitions that did it.
But no, we used a different one and they still did it.
Yeah, right. Weird.
I don't know.
That's so
And then they got done for copyright infringement. Oh, that was too good to be true.
That actually was a very inside joke for us.
Anybody else is like, Pakistan Super League done for copyright infringement? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Fucking Pakistan Super League. All I really thought they cared about was like the KFC ads and all that stuff, but no. But no. I care about the House of Mario podcast.
Anybody that came in like halfway through that, I'd just be like, what the fuck?
That has nothing to do with the internet.
I'm hitting the intro, boys. Let's go.